who wants to remind Marcel and Thynar and Ren what happened last time? Because they were totally here for it, but they just forgot. So who wants to remind them what happened last time on Rime with the Frostmaiden?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
There's only
It looks
three of
like
you. Come on.
Apparently, we didn't all die.
No.
The problem is I don't remember how it started.
Oh!
If I remember,
I can piece together parts from the beginning.
Okay, so you start, and then
Okay.
Syra, you finish it up. You got this. Your
So
team.
basically,
Frosted Freds, go.
It began with the supposed resurrection and revival of Fenris, and he was tied up. We were almost killed because we revived the murderer of the Frost matron. We somehow convinced them to not kill us. The 12 Frost Maidens apparently sacrificed themselves to resurrect the Frost Maiden, who is now half Ice Wraith? Question mark? So she's pretty more OP. And basically, we were able to just talk way out of things. They basically, I wouldn't say exile, more of like we're no longer welcome there in the Battlehammer abode. I got the feeling they didn't really care what we did afterwards. We did say if they still wanted us to go inspect the Oathmakers to see what was going on there. They seemed to not care. They were just going to go on and do their own thing as planned. As we left, Naval picked up some cool loot, some gear. We got a ice dog sled. We managed to go 2 days with minimal problems, if I recall. And I think that's all I recall.
Sounds about right.
Before we left, we definitely went to a bar. Everyone got some drinks.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to pull a fast one on Thynar and Naval, and it ended up working on Kappa and Marcel instead. And moon kits are a thing.
Yes.
Moon kits. Oh, yeah, moon kits.
So
will we have to actually keep track of that? Is there going to be like
nope, you don't have to
disadvantages with
Listen,
it, or
you don't have to?
I got to, and I've got it. Don't worry.
Oh Lord, okay.
I have it in my inventory, and I know how long it lasts. That's all that's important.
Oh,
yeah. Listen, that is not a mandatory thing for the players to keep track of. I will not know. I am not that much of a jackass. So it was funny at the time, and that's it. Whew. Yeah, listen, I don't want the mythical women to find me and beat the shit out of me. So yeah, that's not a thing. It's not a thing we're gonna just like force. It's just. It's like when you all use the facilities. It's just assumed. You relieve yourself somewhere and it's fine.
Now, please introduce mechanics for that as well.
Well, Thynar, you're the one who brought it up, so you go ahead.
True.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. Fenris effectively died. Was strongly hinted that Fenris died. And Syra was born. But part of that was that the the Forge matron summoned ice out of thin air. 10 icicles, which then impaled Syra. And as they melted into Syra's flesh, a kind of death mark was left behind. And with the warning that should Syra ever, consciously or not, attempt harm against the Battlehammer clan again, that death mark would activate. It was a non-negotiable piece in order for Syra to leave the Battlehammer clan. So there's that little tidbit, and then Thynar just kept giving them shit, and Syra put a couple traps outside the doors, a tripwire and ball bearings. And it was only poor Marcel and Kappa who fell face first. Poor Kappa, still exhausted. Syra was able to acquire the dog sled team for you all at a egregiously overpriced, but paid it nonetheless instead of arguing, as the color of their skin seems to work against them now. Most of you took some shifts as far as the whole mushing thing. Poor Kappa just kind of chilled with some furs over his shell as he kind of just turkled up. And I believe, if I recall, one of you started learning Dwarvish and has super what's the R word? Thank you. Understanding of it as Thynar in a crazy, once in like 14 episodes, glimpse of niceness, gave Syra a translated page of the receipt that Syra got, as well as some common words to be able to control the dogs. Syra, using their intellect to quickly absorb that information, did so in such a pace that probably even astounded them, as one of the few times they've actually applied themselves in that way, and pretty successful at it. So they were able to read very, 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 again, very basic. It's like, I, the dog, jump. It's kindergarten level kind of stuff. But they are, the process to teach them Dwarvish has begun. And you all finally left Bryn Shander without things exploding on you. Naval went to the magic shop and picked up his super fancy compass.
And he did it.
And checked out some other magical items, but never really said anything about them, so we'll just skip over that.
Yeah.
Using that compass seemed to come in handy after Thynar saying, "Go that way," and that way ended up being 2 hours the wrong way.
What?
I ended up using
character
a little
assassination.
gizmo to get back on track before using their tent for the night. The tent a little bit smaller than the one that you all were able to use from the Battlehammer clan before, but it's warm, which is all that you all care about. So That's where we will pick up today with day, I guess, a full day finally of travel back on the sleds, back onto the dogs. Last time Thynar kind of led with the dog maintenance and making sure their paws were in good shape, making sure that they had rest, that they weren't crazy overworked. Um, Thynar and Marcel, I don't remember if I hit long rest on your character sheets, so make sure you do that now.
I'm good.
And um, Kappa, you should only have one level left, right? Today should be your
Correct.
last day. Yep.
Correct.
All right. So this tent that you guys have, not a very quick thing to set up. Definitely not a very quick thing to take back down. It probably takes you all about an hour just to take the tent down after breaking your fast and getting the sled ready. First, clearing it from all the snow, because guess what? It's snowing. Who'd have thunk? Getting the dogs onto the leashes and getting Kappa put back onto the back of the sled, covering him with some of the furs from the tent so that he could just shell up and rest for the evening while the rest of you break things down and go. So who's mushing, controlling the puppies today? Who is leading this charge?
Thanks to you, Thynar, I think I would like to try and lead the dogs today.
Sure. Go for it.
Syra, what a deep voice you have.
I'm trying.
I don't know. It's kind of sexy.
Of course.
Yeah, that makes sense for Thynar. Thynar, I think that's the nicest thing you've ever said to a drow.
True.
Syra might just be a smoker.
Could be.
Also true.
Could be. All right. So what is the order on the sled itself? So we already know that, Kappa is going to be the back just because of the shell. And then I believe we went by size before, so Marcel was really in the front. Otherwise, he'd be squished whenever they hit something hard and everybody rock back. So who's in between? What's our sitting order? Since Syra's in the back.
Oh wait, nah.
So Cyrus in the back.
Yeah, that's where you take control of the doggies is in the back.
Okay. Is it a one person in the back thing?
It is a one person in the back thing. It's just a really long sled. Remember, this thing's like 14 feet long.
Okay. I'll just be near as I can to be to Syra to kind of keep an eye.
Okay. So we've got.
Go
ahead.
I mean, I'll be next, because I do have the compass, and if need be, I could just be able to look back and be like, oh, here's directions. Because you said the driver's behind, right? Yeah, so I'll do that.
Okay. All right. That puts Marcel in front of Naval. So there's our mush order. And in that case, Syra, if you would please tell us where we are going, because you're in the middle of a snowstormy blizzard. You have no idea where the Oathmaker clan is.
Naval, can you point the direction to town for me?
Oh yeah, and then I'll take a look at my handy dandy compass, and I'll tell Sire whichever way that is, and I'll say, "All right, go that way." Oh, wherever the north face is, because I believe we're going north. We're supposed to go north, right? I'm saying that as the ball.
Hey, Thynar, you've been to the Oathmaker clan, correct?
I have, actually. Surprisingly.
Can you tell us which direction that would be?
Sure, it is the direction of, let me pull up a map here on, no, I have no idea. What's the direction, DM?
Oh man, that's fantastic.
Isn't it like the north
Northeast, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah,
northeast.
northeast,
Yes,
okay.
there you go.
Yeah, so like I pretty much always know where north is thanks to this compass. So wherever the north, you said northeast. So whichever
Northeast.
direction, so wherever the direction the compass is pointing that says northeast, I tell Sarah and I go, all right, northeast should be about that way. So we'll go that way. As I show them.
Right. That way it is.
All right, Syra, as you grab the reins and in a language that this is going to be the first time that you speak, I need you to give me a performance check for speaking the language.
Ooh, 9.
Thydar Naval, you're fairly certain Cyber just said something about a turtle's foot. Nothing having to do with telling a dog to go.
What is wrong with Kappa's foot?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I believe you just said something about the turtle's foot. So I wasn't sure if you were saying something about Kappa there.
Right. I may need a little more practice.
That's okay. We all have our rough times at first.
After a couple of times, you finally get it, and the dogs surprisingly go. Like you weren't even. You're like saying like, "Kush, Krush, Crush, ha!" And away they go. So now I need you to give me a survival check to see your direction here.
Ooh. 16.
Nice. Though your vision isn't as good as it used to be, it's still better than what it was when you were born. So you able to see fairly clear tundra. The snow is coming down, but it's not that stupid thick snow. And bum 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 bum. Isn't there some cool stuff? What's this button do? Nope. Nope. There we go. Did it do it?
Ooh. I can hear them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we go. As the doggies take off. And you can hear the doggies this time. Ah, Sirenscape, I love it. About 4 hours of travel in, and seemingly uneventful. However, the dogs are starting to slow down.
Like in a normal, they're tired type of way?
Make an animal handling check.
Alright, 1 second. 9.
No clue.
We've only been traveling for 4 hours.
4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just keep pushing them a little bit more.
Okay. I need Syra to make an animal handling check. Excuse me.
11.
Ooh, careful.
They do pick up a little bit as the lead dog pulls through, but you do see the two directly behind them start snipping at the back of her calves. But they do continue to pull.
Okay.
Another hour goes by. And they start to slow down again.
I think
You're
we might
pretty.
need to stop, yeah.
Oh, I was about to say, Thino, you've been pretty good with those dogs for what we've been on this leg of travel so far. Do you think you want to check on them, see how they're doing?
Sure, probably a good idea. I'll kind of lean forward and see how they're doing.
Okay.
I'll,
Unless we want to stop. Do we want to stop completely and I can go look?
yeah, I'll
That's what I
come
was
to a
thinking.
stop so
We
you
just
can
stop
check
for
more
a minute.
thoroughly.
Okay.
Okay.
So you give the command for them to start the slow down and stopping process, and the sled does eventually come to a nice stop, and the dogs are panting fairly heavily, and a couple of them just lay down in the snow, like belly on the snow, and just panting heavily.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll give them a couple pets and head back. So they're just tired, it looks like.
Alright, well then, maybe we should just set up the tent again. Give them a break.
Ooh.
We could just take a short break, and then once they're good to go, pick it up again, because we've only been traveling for a few hours.
Aye, it takes a while to get that tent set up.
Yeah.
You could do that too.
Mhm.
Whichever.
So, about what time is it that we're doing this?
Time is darn near impossible with the clouds in the sky. It's there is still sunlight, or there's still light that there's still light as though the sun is up. But because it's always overcast, the there's not like a lot more light at noon. It's all just dark.
Hey,
Um,
Naval, your fancy dancy compass there, doesn't it show you like a position of the sun and moon in reference to day and night?
Yeah, it does. I'll pull it out again and I'll take a look-see and see what it says.
it, it says that the sun is closer to just past noon.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'll be like, oh, okay. Shows that it's just about past noon, I believe.
Okay, thank you.
Hey.
Are we
Cool.
still heading in the right direction?
I pull out the compass and I look and see if we're it. So like, I imagine that I'm still in the sled, so I'm just gonna pull it out and see if the sled is still facing the northeast direction we're supposed to be going.
So as you're looking at the compass and you're looking at the zone that you are in,
Mm-hmm.
you do see like a teeny tiny itty bitty sled representation of you,
It's like
Yeah.
ever so small.
I
Like
had
a
to
little
squint.
arrow. You got a little
It's a squint.
squint. And
I gotta
it's
squint
like,
my
holy
eyes.
cow. It's like a little
Yeah.
arrow, little directional arrow, right? And it
Yeah.
Does appear to be facing the northeastern direction.
Okay.
But you,
It
as
does
you're paying more attention to it, you do know that if you continue the northeastern direction, you will not hit the Spine of the World Mountains, which is where the Oathmaker clan is. So at some point, you're going to have to go straight east.
East.
straight east. Okay. So it does show we're going along that direction we're supposed to go, but Finar, I've been
Hey.
thinking about it too, and I was meaning to ask you, is there
Hey.
some sort of like landmark or identifying thing we should be looking for in terms of like, you know, where your people are? So that way we know what to look out for while we're traveling, you know, in terms of like, you know, once we see that we'll be like, oh, there we are. That's where we're supposed to go.
Well, there's there's a number of things that's actually not, directly in. Well, this is a good question. I guess it kind of depends on how much of this, Frostmaiden's curse thing is affecting the world or this area. Because if there's snow like this all the way up into the mountains, then it'll be hard to find, but we'll have to see.
Okay.
I can point out once we get closer.
Yeah, I just thought it'd be good to ask, you know, just in case if you'd want more set of eyes looking for a certain thing, but okay.
It's a bit into the mountain, so it's not exactly.
Understood.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So, alright then, I mean, have we been waiting for a couple minutes, or otherwise I'm gonna say, alright,
It's probably going to be a short rest, so if there's anything
Okay.
within like
Yeah.
about an hour anybody wants to do,
Yeah.
this would be a good time to do so.
I'm going to go ahead and send my familiar, the Raven, out on just a circling perimeter check. Make sure there's nothing heading our direction while we're taking the rest.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check for the Raven.
Okay. That would still be my perception, correct?
No, you would use the Raven's perception.
All right. How would I find that, please?
So you should have added it to your character sheet. I think we did that before.
It should be under extras, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Under an extras, yes. And then you'll see
All right.
Raven Tiny Fae. And then you should be able to open up its character sheet, and there should be a
It's
button
on.
for the perception because it has a +3.
+3, yep.
All right. So I can click it
Boom.
and
Hot
Nice.
diggity dog.
Wow.
Alright.
Yes, with an 18. Raven
Thank you,
taking to the skies, doing a fairly decent perimeter. It would tell you that they're to the west of you. Distance doesn't really mean too much. It would say far away.
Okay.
Is more people on four-legged animals going south, and that's all that it sees.
Okay. All right, everyone. We've got some people on four-legged mounts heading south. At least they're not heading towards us.
Oh.
Wait.
Is that worth a look into? I don't really think so, but
Are we still on a time limit to get to the Oathmakers?
I mean, Well, kinda.
Since we're not really allowed to go back to the Battle Hammers, I kind of lost my job. So yeah, I don't. Wherever we're going.
Right. Oh, so you didn't even have. Oh, yeah, I guess that'd be true. Well, you're with us. Bound to find something.
At least got paid too.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyone else think we should keep going or just
Yeah.
stay here or look at the
Oh,
people?
I think we're good to go. I'm ready.
Wonderful.
Yeah. If one of you wants to take over, you can, or I can keep going.
I could give it a shot,
All
and
right.
I'll head up to the good old driving area of the reins, and then I'll give the go command and get her going.
Okay. All right. In that case, Naval, give me a survival check.
Okay.
And I will definitely be keeping an eye out while he's driving.
A 12.
And Syra, what are you looking for? Anything in particular, or
I want to make sure there's no creatures approaching us, as well as if I can help maybe find a smoother path to take.
okay? Then you give me a perception check. All right, Naval, give me another survival check, as Syra is helping to point out where these small hills are that you're just not seeing because of the snow.
Go with the
Which-
12.
Yep, and you're doing the best you can.
Mhm.
Strangely enough, it's a lot more work than you were expecting to steer this sled. There's a lot of leg work and center core work, in addition to just upper strength work to
Mhm.
keep the dogs in tow, making sure
Yeah.
all that weight is or all that force is transferred into the sled to keep the sled going. It's a lot more work than
Oh,
you were
yeah.
expecting, and so you're like, okay, I got this. It's fine. I got this.
No problem at all.
That's right. Right. Typical hard-headed. Never mind. And
Mhm. Mhm.
you probably go. I would say about another 2 hours before it's starting to get dark, and you can see kind of off in the distance. There appears to be like 10 tall, maybe about 15 feet tall. You don't know if they are rocks
Mhm.
or or ice or just
Yeah.
trees that used to be there that are just covered in snow, but they
Uh-huh.
do. They're kind of in a half domey shape. I wish I had drawn this out. They're not.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not like perfectly like half circle, but they're almost like that. And it would be. I mean, you could easily see that would be a good spot as far as against some elements. It would give you some sort
Yeah.
of protection. Not a whole lot, but
Enough. Yeah.
maybe a decent place to park
Yeah.
it for the night.
Heck yeah. I'll do my best with my little, like, with what control I have. I'll do my best to kind of just pull it towards that direction, kind of settle him down. I'll come to a stop, and I'll be like, I'll stop, and then I'll come out and be all like, all right, I think now would be a good time to set up the tent. It's getting closer to dark. You'll
Sounds
say,
good to me.
we get her up and going, and we'll settle down.
Oh, sure.
All
Is
right.
it that close to dark? I'm having trouble telling.
I mean, I can pull out I'll pull out my compass and check again the position of the sun to be sure. And it'll probably be around that, and I'll just be like, yeah, but better be safe about it, I think.
I mean, it's been about 7 or 8 hours since you
Mm-hmm.
all left this morning, and I mean, if you want to push on through the night, you got to figure that with the crazy snowstorms, when there is light is not really first light, and when it is dark is not really last light. It's just the way that the Frostmaiden has the weather around here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do have pretty good sight, especially at night, if you want me to continue on.
I mean, it's up to all of you. I mean, we got this pretty nifty formation here. It'd be good for some protection against the elements. But if y'all want to keep pushing, if someone else wants to take the reins, like Syra, if you want to use your good eyes, we could do that too.
Well, Kappa's, he needs his rest, so
That's true. Yeah,
we should probably stop here.
that might be a good idea. Just so
Early to
everyone's
stop, early to rise.
just so everyone's up to ship shape.
Aye.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe
get to
tomorrow
it.
we can push on harder then.
Yeah. All right. We'll set the tent up.
Let's
And
do it.
now,
Mm-hmm.
teamwork.
I'll give him a hand with it.
Good old teamwork style.
I'll get the dogs unhooked while you get the tent up.
Who's giving a hand with the tent?
I think there's like 3 of us. I think it's Marcel, Naval, and I think
Right,
maybe
Marcel.
Right. Marcel, how exactly are you, with your limited stature, helping set up a tent that is thick furs and 10-foot tall poles? Please explain this to me, my friend,
As he-
because
as he
I'm
looks
so
up.
curious.
He looks up at it.
Well, tell you what, I'll hold the
Moral
furs,
support.
and then they can toss them up onto.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So who's setting up the tent? Who is it? Who's doing this?
Naval definitely is helping.
I'll help.
Yep. So that's 3.
I know.
Okay.
3 in a sense.
So between the 3 of you, it still takes about 45 minutes to set this up. As when you get one pole in, you've got the others to do, and Marcel's doing his best to hold it, and a gust of wind comes, and he just top heavy, and he's just trying.
Hey, now I've got some stout to me for a gnome. I've got a strength of 12. I can do it.
Yeah. Still a top heavy thing. And there's the whole lead for it. I mean, there's only still so much. But you get the hang of it. Eventually, you all figure out your niche and who can do what. And yeah, tent is up.
All right. And then, yeah, if we all head in, I'll look to someone. I'll be like, all right, someone hand me a torch. I'll set up the fire.
I believe I have a torch. I do.
Right. And then I will use torch to light up the fire. So it gets all nice and atmospheric.
Torch in the iron stove lights up
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
fine,
Heck yeah.
and warmth very quickly to be had.
All right. Then Naval's gonna get in and lay down, and he's gonna be like, he's just laying on the ground, like stretching everything after he takes his stuff off, and he's just.
I'll take first watch this time.
Okay, I could do this. I could do a second watch.
Oh boy. I can do a third.
Alright.
Who's
Yeah, I can take
doing?
whatever the last watch is. So
What are you doing with the dogs?
In a minute, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's something we usually do whenever we set up a tent is we bring the
I
dogs
mean,
in.
Thynar said that's what he was doing last time, but nobody said that's what they were doing this time.
While they were setting up the tent, I did say I was gonna get the dogs.
Mhm.
Okay.
what are we feeding the dogs?
Someone say food?
Mhm.
Who needs food?
Syra and Marcel would remember that part of buying this sled was food for the dogs and water for about a week.
Mhm.
So there is some form of meat product and probably some dried vegetables that you would probably add a little water to and steam up and boil just to get them from dehydration stage to a slop stage for the dogs. But it's good enough for good enough, and it's good enough for most people who are starving. So
Mhm.
it's
right.
not exactly there's not exactly kibble around, but they get some sort of protein and a vegetable, and there's water. And then in somebody's bag of holding, there's barrels of water and 2 pony kegs of ale.
Mhm.
And there were some meats and things. And Kappa, you can, after another day of rest, you can remove your last point of exhaustion.
Nice.
Right.
Back in the saddle.
Yep. Oh, while on first watch, I'm definitely gonna study that stuff Dinar gave me more, just like get more of a hang of what I've been saying.
Go for it.
It's intelligence, I think.
I don't know. It's your super cool, dope ass, awesome
That's-
ability.
I'm looking
Your
for
fucking
it.
cheat mode.
What?
Investigation for clues and stuff. Okay. Yeah. 22.
Wow.
Okay. So the words that you have learned, and even though you're taking first watch, just kind of asking Naval and Thynar for clarifications for enunciation, because you can read it just fine, but it was your enunciation that kind of foobarred you. But they, helping you out with that. As far as the words that you have currently written down, you can speak clearly. Now, you still are probably more of a nasally tone than, you're still a foreigner in the land, but you can speak and be understood.
Good enough for me.
Like during one of the times, I'll be like, "Oh, you're supposed to use a hard R instead of a soft one. Dwarves, they come from the mountains. They're all about rocks. You got to use, you really gotta punch those lines with some of those."
That was great.
Okay, so give me for your first watch, which is weird that you take the not dark watch with your dark vision. You take the
Hey.
oh, but you don't have to rest. Basically, you get the 4 hours bullshit. I fucking cheated. Give me a perception check.
Mm.
Okay.
19.
Even with you focusing on learning the language, it seems uneventful. The snow dies down enough that you can actually see the aurora borealis that the Frostmaiden casts as it starts to take over the sky with its light greens and dark purples and a bright flash of orange. And as they shift in a chromatic pattern, it's, while ominous, it is beautiful. But you're starting to get cold.
Yeah, I'll head in and... Naval, it's your turn.
Oh, all right. Oh, thank you. Then, yep, I'll wake up and I'll keep up my watch.
Okay. Naval,
Yes.
I need you to give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay. What was the button I'm supposed to press for doing advantage disadvantage? Is it Alt? Was it, or was it a different key button?
Control, I think, is
Was it-
disadvantage.
Control. Okay, let me see if I can get it to work.
Control is disadvantage. You are correct.
Okay, well that didn't work, so I'll have to make another one. I'll just
I
just do
mean-
another one.
Oh.
Dang it. Okay. Well, yeah, go with the other one.
With your monstrous 9,
Oh yeah, huge.
you're totally focused. Your eyes are trained on polishing your gun.
Oh yeah.
You've had a couple fires in it, and you're getting out your tools and you're getting your
Oh,
brushes
yeah.
out, cleaning those cylinders, getting your little squirt can of little oil, and you're making sure things are clean. You're spinning the chambers around. You're listening for anything, any clicks. You're checking it out, cleaning down the barrel. Just basically completely took it apart and put it back together after a full clean, and it feels brand new, ready to go. You're just super excited about it. And before you know it, your shift is done. Doesn't appear as though anything has come out of the night to try to kill you.
All right. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, I've been cleaning it this whole time. I didn't put anything in it, so like there's no bullets in it. But I'm just gonna. I assume in between a couple of those things, I do a couple like practice like spins. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
gun it. You like
Oh,
twirl
I'm
it in your
sure of
hand,
it.
just be like, oh yeah. And then I'll be done, and I'll go over to Thynar, and I'll be like, oh Thynar, it's
Oh.
your turn for watching.
Oh, great. Nice. Wonderful. Getting up.
All right.
I will head to
Back
my
down.
watch and pull out the old perception.
Pull your eyeballs out?
I
He just rips them out, tosses them in the air. That's how he gets a really good look.
oh.
I imagine like the SpongeBob look where he's just like holding the eye stalks and the eyes are on the other end.
Hey, it worked really well.
Yeah, I got that technique down.
Jeepers, why'd you roll 2 of them?
I don't know. I just wanted to, show off a little.
You are so ridiculous. So, as you are taking as you're taking your watch, looking around, you are at least a day closer to your home, and it's been a long time, but you're returning sooner than you expected, as things have had to escalate your timetables. And you can only hope that your gods watch over your clan and that you will get there in time to make a difference. And as you stand outside in the cold, seemingly unaffected by it, your watch passes through without issue.
Okay, I'll head back inside. Are we doing a fourth watch? I don't remember.
No.
Or no, good.
Nope. So having breaking of the fast, tearing down the tent, checking the coordinates with the super expensive global positioning system that Naval has, and who's going to take the next leg of the journey?
Naval will look at Thionar and he'll say, Thionar, would you be okay with taking the next drive?
I think I should, actually.
Sounds good.
Let's see.
So at this point, you all have gotten into kind of a routine. Use the compass thingy, know where you're going. So Thionar, give me a survival check with advantage.
Ooh. Please be good. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Oh!
Easily
Oh,
Damn.
Show you how it's done.
boom. The
Oh, so good.
the entire ride, the entire time, is very uneventful. Almost in a routine, and knowing that you guys have a long travel ahead of you. Even with the dogs, things are, with Thynar driving this particular time, you think you may have gained some time as far as distance is concerned. So what we're gonna do is, because this is just a whole travel montage, is I'm going to need team skill checks here for just passing the time here through. And unless somebody wants to do something special during a downtime or something. But I think that since there's only three of you that can speak to the dogs, then out of the three of you, I will need survival checks. So you've successfully traveled 2 days out of what Thynar was expecting to be a 10-day journey. So we need 8 more survival checks. So who is going to drive for how long? How many more days is somebody? Are you all going to keep rotating every day, like Thynar did today? So then Syra will do the following day, Naval will do the following day,
Sure.
just to keep your bodies from being
That sounds
overtaxed.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
So
do
in
a
that case,
rotation.
we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So Thynar needs 2 checks,
Okay.
and then 3 from Fenris and 3 from Naval.
Oh my goodness. I am on top of this.
So am I.
And they would be with advantage because you all will use the compass.
Well,
Could would Naval be able to do something? So it just to save for time and like the rolling and stuff. Basically, Naval wants to try to convince Thionar to take one of his own shifts just because of how good he's been killing it. Because he's been killing it with all the dog driving being in. He's been doing so good at keeping us straight and everything. and he's going to do as much sweet talking as possible so that in mechanical terms, if Thinor would be able to make just an additional roll instead of Naval because
So
survival ain't hot.
Naval, you need to convince Thynar. Don't say what Naval's going to do. Naval,
Well,
convince Thynar.
Well, okay,
I'm interested. Go.
okay, yeah. So, yeah, Naval's gonna. I'm gonna assume at one of the points while we're maybe like in the tent or whichever, if we have one of our stops along one of these days, I assume that's where it'll be. So, yeah, Naval's going to. He's gonna walk up to Thynar. He's gonna be like, "So, Thynar, how you doing on our travel so far? I've noticed you've been really good at driving the dogs around. You've just been killing it. Um,
Aye.
so I have a proposition for you. Now, I don't know what kind of circumstances we'll be getting into when we get back to your home,
Right.
but I know you like your liquor, you like your drink. Would it be possible for me to, if we happen to stop at a bar or something, if we're able to at any point, I'll buy you as much as you want if you take one of the shifts for me. Because I know you're a lot better than me, but
Okay.
there's no incentive with, just a little incentive, We'll say it's on me if you'd want to.
So you're saying I should do a little bit more work right now for the prospect of plenty of alcohol later. That's what you're saying.
Well, but it's also because, I personally think that you're a lot better than me with this whole dog driving thing. Like I've noticed, I've been watching out as we drive in, I've taken peeks at it. I've been watching your form, your movement, with everything you're doing. You're just good at it. And I know that when I drive, I'm doing all this jerking, trying to keep them straight and everything, and
Naval,
you just have more of a natural talent.
Listen, you don't need to butter me up that much. I get it.
Well,
You want me to do it? I'll do it, no problem. You're my friends, and I'll just take the alcohol at a later date.
yeah. It'll be a token of my appreciation to you for doing it.
But you got to get some in you as well. We're gonna do a little bit of a drinking game.
We'll do it together. How's that sound?
Aye.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, Thynar, you need to make another one. And Naval, you only need to make two. Yes, remember, everybody's using the compass. So make sure you have advantageous.
Oh, it didn't
When I
work.
rolled with advantage, it didn't show up correctly.
Yeah, mine just weirded out. Hold on.
Apparently, I only made one.
Just click it twice. Just click it twice. I'm done. We're going to another platform after this game. We're just doing it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, so that's nat 20 for the second.
Oh my, 20 again. Wait, stealth? That's not what I clicked.
What's your survival?
Well,
What's it, 3? So
it's plus 3.
We'll just add 2 more.
22.
It's 22. It's fine.
Okay.
Alright, so what do we got here? Next up would have been
21
Syra.
Yep.
So what was your roll?
21.
21.
Yeah, goes by just fine. And then we've got Naval with a 19, goes by just fine. And then Thynar again with a 20, goes by just fine. Syra again
23.
goes by just fine. Naval, you have to make your second one.
I thought.
It's with advantage,
right, yeah.
so you have to click
Yeah,
it.
I thought I did.
I only see the one
right here.
roll.
There's another one.
And one more time.
Okay.
Because with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Goes by uneventfully. And then Thynar, you get to make your last 2 rolls because you have the last couple of days of travel. You guys have been fairly decent here as far as just trucking along here.
Something's up. Hold on. It's not rolling to roll 20.
We broke it.
Let me refresh.
Can't handle our.
I rolled an 18,
Our rolls.
and it was like 20 something, but I'll re-roll. Let's see if this works.
21 is what it was in there.
Yep, I see 21. That's one roll. We need
Okay.
a second roll.
There we go. Oh, yeah, no
Okay.
way.
So 21 goes by just fine, and then the last travel this time.
Natural 20
Damn.
on the D&D.
Damn.
Ooh.
Wow, I've never rolled this good ever.
So on this last day of travel, hoping to see some remnants of the Oathmaker clan towards at least the end of it, right? Towards the end of the travel itself. While you all have been making really good time with the travel, the setup and teardown take time, and the fact that when you're up and ready to go, it's still so dark. The dogs can't see, so it doesn't. It's not going to matter that um, some of you have dark vision and can guide them. They'll go, but they're going. They're not. They're not running. They're going at a slow pace because they're having to smell and look at the looking at reflections of light as it's hitting piles of snow and snow drifts and the wind blowing around. So it slows everything down. So on this hopefully last leg of your journey, you all are just going, and you can see in the distance mountaintops. Finally, the snow is light enough that you do see the peaks of the spine. And down and below that, dark green pine needle forest, which is in between from where you are now to the spire itself. And Thynar, it's past this forest where you can hopefully find the entrance to your clan. As you are mushing along, Thynar, I need you to give me a perception check.
Straight old perception?
Straight old perception!
What do I see?
8.
Okay.
Can't roll good all the time.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I just want to check this out. Yeah. You all have gotten, with the days of hard travel, kind of a little lax. Syra, you notice too late to say anything, as the dogs are just going before they go, thump, and the sled goes straight down as you have. There's nothing forward anymore, and you all have gone down at a severe angle. The dogs are trying their best to turn. The sled from this is now and I need you all to make
Oh, shit.
acrobatic saves.
Dexterity.
Dex saves, yes.
Okay.
Dexterity saves. As
No.
It hurts. It hurts.
as Thynar, you quickly, even as soon as things went down, you let go of the reins so that the dogs could be free of the sled, just kind of holding on, and so let's see what we have. Yeah, that's an ouchie. That's an ouchie. Kappa rolled twice for some reason. I'm not sure.
I don't. I hit once.
That's
Well,
odd.
eh.
That's an ouchie. That's an ouchie. Kappa's the only one
Oh no.
who probably shells up and just
I mean-
ping pong 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 pong. You all get launched from your sled
Oh,
and falling into snow that just underneath it, hard ice, and you slide. And then you hear
Not the more Yetis.
no. Yetis are boring. We're gonna go with dire ice wolves.
Wait, what?
Say what?
Dire ice wolves, of course.
No, we're not.
What do you mean we're not?
God, please.
What?
Please.
Come on. Come on. This is how this thing goes, right? Where is it?
I mean, you guys haven't been able to fight as level 3 yet. Not
That's
technically, because
Yeah.
it was very quick last time.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I got to experience the whole thing.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
Nope. 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 Is it?
Whoa.
I know, none of these are the right sounds, though. Ignore them. There we go.
Ugh.
I heard the wolf.
Not wolves. As you all look up, and you have just stumbled into a pack of Yetis.
Oh no.
It is Yetis. Oh my god.
A pack, a
Shoot.
herd, if you will, of Yetis. And that's where we're going to stop and take our bathroom break.
Oh boy.
Wait for it.
Oh boy.
Potty break time, just before the Yeti combat here. Naval, you will take, or not Naval, Kappa, you're going to take absolutely no damage from being flung from all that jazz. Holy shit! But the rest of you are going to take 11 points
Holy hell.
of bludgeoning damage from being launched off the sled, crash landing into ice, and sliding for probably a good 20-ish feet before what stopped you is the furry legs of gigantic, white-furred, hungry beings. And we will be right back. Potty break, 5 or 10 minutes, we'll be back. And welcome back. Here we go. As we pick up with the group, as they have fallen down this hill or crevice or something. Their sled, which is cutely drawn over here, pew, and their cute little dogs, pew, pew, pew,
No.
all over the map in different forms of okayness. We pick up with you all lifting your heads out of the snow, broken face, blood coming down into the white fur of Yetis. And some of you have fought Yetis before, but there seems to be something different. One of them is beyond huge. At a sitting position, looking over to you, it still looks over the normal Yetis. And as the Yetis, seeing or sensing potentially an easy meal, that one of the center stands up, easily being 20 feet tall. A monster of a Yeti lets out a billowing roar, and the Yetis, they attack. Roll for initiative, my friends. TPK.
Oh. It's not what I want. I wanted to go first.
Here we go. Save the encounter. Run the encounter. Auto roll for all these yahoos. Syra, what's your initiative?
13.2.
Kappa.
11.
Thynar.
5.
Naval.
20.14.
Damn. Marcel.
6.12, and the Raven is 13.14.
Raven just goes in your turn. Fuck that
Oh, it
nonsense.
does?
Yep. Screw that jazz of having to remember that. And Ren, as you were stalking this pack of Yetis, waiting for an opportunity to collect some ribs yourself, a meal, some fresh meat that you haven't had in at least 2 or 3 days, when, as you were sneaking up to them, from above over a hillside, you watched as these poor dogs leapt off the edge, suddenly bringing a sled of people with them. You watched as one of them let go of the reins, allowing the dogs to kind of take care of themselves. Leather binds snapping under the force before the sled itself, as it was sliding off to the side, hit something, and poof, everybody just flew off of the sled in different levels of impact onto the ground. Probably first time ever you've seen a gigantic to you turtle shell just come skidding down the way. Largest turtle you've ever seen. Probably makes a good soup. Either in a soup or makes it. Never mind. As they are skidding to a halt, they have captured the attention of this pack of Yetis, leaving maybe 1 or 2 of these smaller ones easier prey. What was your initiative?
9.
All right. In that case, as the group kind of just in a, oh god, what are we going to do? We could barely handle 3 of them. And now there's at least 17 more. Because numbers after you've fallen off of a cliff, you know?
Yeah.
So what happens on this particular round is this Yeti comes up to over here. This one comes up to here. This guy goes over here, over here, over here. This steps up. This steps up. And these 2 are kind of just chilling back here. The 2 that most of you kind of bumped into are not going to go this round because they are also stuck in a surprise. But the rest were kind of a lookout and watched you all fall. So that is everybody's turn. Now we go to the top of the order with the Yeti. Alright, Yeti, what are you going to do? Well, obviously, we're going to have ourselves a good snacky snack. Yes. Yeah. Marcel.
Yep.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Ooh.
Woo.
Nice. As the Yeti closest to you, as you two kind of lock eyes, you watch as the eyes kind of just this cold gaze, and you feel yourself even shiver, even though you have cold clothes on, cold resistant clothes on, and you kind of break the gaze before that coldness that was seeping in could reach bone. Naval.
No planning minute.
Top of the order's already gone.
Oh, okay.
I paused.
never mind
I said top of the order. Nobody called it.
then. Oh, okay. Blah, fine. All right, I am gonna use my bonus action to command Winston to move somewhere, but I do have a question. So on this map, like with the way it's laid out, are those actually like cliff faces behind us, or is it, or like what does the landscape look like? Like if you look on the
Faces
map,
behind us. What do you mean?
more toward. So like, you know, where we all are right now, you know, the Yetis are in front of us. I'm talking about the area of land behind us. You know, with
That's
how
the
map
cliff
actually
face.
looked. That is the cliff
That
face.
is the cliff
Okay.
face you all
Okay,
you
yeah.
all
I'm
ate cliff on.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I'm charting a path because I'm going to command my my little cannon guy Winston to move somewhere, and I don't think he's able to climb, or maybe he does. I'd have to bring up the full description on it, but I wanted to move him a little further away, possibly to around there, just so that he's able to take shots from further away of a distance. Because that's what I can use my bonus action to do, is command him to... Actually, you know what? Wait a second. No. I can only command him to move up to 15 feet. So I'm going to do 5, 10, 15. Because he can only move up to 15 feet at a time. That's my bad. If I can do that. Assuming, like, if it isn't just a super flat face.
So for your Winston, since he is landlocked, the snow is difficult terrain for him.
So would he... Well, so with
So
an
his
odd number
speed
like
is
15...
halved.
So from 15, what does that make half his speed? Like 7 points?
Basically
Right.
5, yeah.
Basically just 5
One
feet?
square at a
Okay.
time. Yep.
Then, so he was what, right here before?
Yep.
So he'll go right there. Okay. Yep. That's my bonus action, and for my action, I will myself. So you said we're all prone right now.
Yes.
And is it what's it normally, like half speed to get up from prone?
It takes half your movement to stand up.
Okay, so I will stand up first of all, get that done out of the way, and
Okay.
then I'm going to back up, to about here, and I didn't think I was right next to a Yeti, so I hope I mean I would use my action to disengage if I was, but I'll just move back that far, and then I'll use my action to expend a spell slot, and I'll cure wounds myself to get some HP back from that fall, because that fall hurt, and I'm all hurty, and I don't want to be not hurty, so expend that slot, and then I will cast that to regain 10 points of healing. So that is my action, bonus action movement. I think that'll be it for my turn. If you said something just now, I didn't hear it because I see you talking, but I don't hear anything.
Mother trucker. Just remember that none of you are wearing snowshoes, so You're not wearing those while riding on the sled, so snow is difficult terrain. So Naval will leave your movement what it is,
Okay.
because that's fine. But just so that everybody
For future.
knows, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless you have some super cool, I live in the snow ability and it's not difficult terrain for me because I'm a cheater, um, then snow's difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeti's turn.
Indeed. Yeah. You might. Thynar, I need you to make a athletics or acrobatics check. As this Yeti reaches down with its giant hand to grab you and lift you up.
16.
Ooh.
16 does not beat the Yeti's natural 20 for 24.
Oh boy.
As it lifts you up, one-handed, looks at you, eyes lock. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Natural 20. 24.
You know this trick. You know this trick. You are not falling for it this time. But you are considered grappled. So
Okay.
just keep that in your back skis of your mind. Let's see. Yeti tyke. Yeti tyke. Yeti tyke is going to play with this Yeti tyke.
Cute.
Dinner.
They're waiting for dinner to get ready.
They really are.
They're waiting to be dinner.
That too.
So many layers to this.
Syra, I need you to make an acrobatics or athletics check.
$19.
19 is not enough as this one in front of you picks you up
Wow.
and gives you a stare. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
Oh.
Actually, I think that barely is his saves. Hang on.
Barely?
I hope it saves.
I hope it's not barely.
Yep, you just make it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar with this. You're kind of looking over at Thynar. Thynar's like looking back at you like, gorgeous. Yeti Tyke playing with Yeti Tyke. Syra, you are grappled. What is it you would like to do?
Oh, man. Can I still cast Fairy Fire while grappled? It's only verbal, so I should be able to.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I will cast it at... I gotta hold on. Come on. There it goes. Like that, so hopefully it hits all three of those right there. It's a deck save from all three Yetis.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Only a DC of 12, but hopefully they won't make it.
Let's see. The first Yeti, your fairy fire seems to have no effect. The Yeti abomination seems to have no effect. And the last Yeti seems to have no effect.
Oh man.
Yep, I had a feeling. Because it's a
Yes.
low DC. But
Damn.
As I rolled a 20 and two 13s.
Oh,
Just so close, so close.
I will still use my bonus action to do insightful fighting on the one that is grappling me. He makes a deception check, and I will make an insight check.
Insightful fighting. What's all this cheating that you keep doing?
Cheating.
Does wait? Yeah, does 13 beat the deception of the Yeti?
Let's see. Deception is a charisma. Well, sir, these here Yetis are extremely charismatic. So much so that they rolled a 14.
And I still beat him.
Isn't yours a 13? So don't you?
Oh, well, I thought it was negative. I thought you were being sarcastic.
I am, because it's -2 for a 12, so you win.
Yes. So now I have advantage. Well, I don't have advantage. I just.
But you
do
can
sneak
always
attack.
use sneak attack.
Yeah.
You are a cheater.
And that's the end of my turn.
We'll do that. The little ninja face on it. But hey, you didn't have to use half your movement to stand up. It helped you with that. Kappa!
alright. I summon Liam. Right here.
I should have left him on this gosh darn map.
Liam.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they...
Well, before that, I used my bonus action to get out of my shell. I'll say that because I was in shell mode. I remember that.
Let's do this. That's the wrong map. There we go.
Can I put him where I want?
I'm trying. Please hold. Uno momento, por favor. Okay, as you were. You
Okay.
should be able to control him now.
Okay. Alright, he goes right there, and then They need the two immediately right next to Liam needs to make a dex save.
That's all of them, right?
Ooh, all three of them. Yeah.
Yeah, all three of them in 5 feet.
Ooh, even big boy. It's actually 10 feet of him.
Oh wow.
Is it a radius or a cube? 10 feet cube or 10 feet radius?
It just says within 10 feet.
It's a radius.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Burn, baby, burn. Disco
DC?
Inferno.
DC 13. Dex save 13.
Dex save? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
perfect. Let me tell you how super dexterous these things are.
Hey, they beat my 12 deck saves. So.
So first Yeti on the left, and then second Yeti on the right. A 19 and a 12. What do they have to make?
13.
All right. So the one on the right is going to burn, and now Big Mac Daddy here makes his save, and it will also burn. Okay.
Big Mac Yeti.
Big Mac Yeti.
We're in a tournament of Big Macs.
All right. How much? What? 7 points.
Yep.
7 points of fire damage done to Yeti 2 and Big Mac Yeti. Here we go.
Yeah, Yeti
Now we're
meat tastes
getting
kind of like
somewhere.
Big Mac meat.
7 points of damage.
Well, the secret's in the sauce.
Dude,
7
yeah.
points of damage. We'll move this off to the side. As
My bad.
baby Liam comes to form, and the explosion of fire quickly surrounds it. Kappa, you noticed a couple of things. First, that the Yeti directly in front of you is on fire and is very pissed off. Second, the Big Mac Yeti is finally standing up. And it is twice the size of these other ones. And third, you can see ice underneath baby Liam. And a small puddle of water underneath him. As he's melted the snow, and you're on ice, and you've summoned fire. So, anything else you'd like to do?
Do I still have the move action?
Yeah, sure.
I'll stay where I am.
Okay. Ren, couple things. These fools have this pack of Yetis so distracted. And you know from hunting that you're on a lake. And they've seemed to have just summoned some sort of being of fire. And when the giant one is a male, the alpha male, and similar to lions and lionesses, the smaller the ones that are highlighted in white, the quote large ones, are the females of the pack. And while they normally do the hunting, when the male gets pissed off, it doesn't stop until there's blood or it's dead. And usually, again, because you've been hunting this particular pack for a good minute, usually once the male engages, the females will back away. So your time frame to get some baby Yeti meat is is dwindling, because then the females will become more aware of their surroundings. So that's what you've gathered in the few minutes, or not even minutes, but the few seconds as combat has started. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and pick one off before they notice. Because I'm hungry. I need to
Okay.
eat.
Okay. I mean, there's two that just seem to be playing with each other back there, and the males and females are all looking towards these dead souls.
Yep. So, I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that nobody's looking at me and use my longbow
Okay.
to shoot a shot
Which one
at
are
one of the
you
babies in the back.
shooting?
The one that's closest to me.
Okay. Go for it. Give me your hack mode attack rolls. $14 against the Yeti Tykes totally hits. Definitely.
Also, question. Also like to use my dread ambusher.
What is this nonsense? Dread Ambusher.
My first turn. Uh-huh.
At +2.
Something I can use right now, correct?
At start of your first return of each combat, your walking speed increases by 10 feet. So yes. First turn of each combat. Okay. Which lasts till the end of that turn. You take an attack action, you can make one additional weapon attack that deals an extra D8 of the weapon's damage on hit. So yeah, you could shoot again if you.
Ooh.
Then if I hit, I get an extra D8.
You haven't clicked damage yet for your first shot though.
I know. I just wanted to
Okay.
check that I could do that.
Yeah. It's the first turn. That's the first Renfoolery going on here.
I don't think that it likes me.
Why are we not
No.
seeing our damage?
Because she didn't click the icon to the far left, which auto does everything.
I know, I always do it wrong. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Wow.
I can. Does the Dread Ambusher have to be on the same target?
It doesn't
Because
specify.
That baby is done.
It's up to God because it doesn't specify, so I would think no, it doesn't have to be. But it's not my game, so.
I'm going to say no, it doesn't specify the same target. So go ahead and make another attack roll with your longbow.
Oh, I did it again. My bad.
Jesus. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Click your
Dead.
damage.
Oh, you hit that thing right in the center of its skull.
Right. Maybe it's not coming over?
Just click it and roll 20. Just click where it says click in Roll20.
I did.
Since you did it.
So I'm like, oh, maybe it's not coming over. Oh, it's rolling. It's just taking its sweet ass time.
Yeah, it is. Jeepers. Even I clicked the button and it's doing nothing.
Lots of people using.
There you go.
Roll20.
We'll just do that. Screw this nonsense.
That's 10 plus 4.
It's so the other attack is not a plus anything. It's just a straight
D8.
weapon damage.
Yeah, but I get an extra D8 too.
Yeah, it's 2d8 instead of 1d8.
Yeah, it's the weapons damage plus an additional 1d8.
Holy shite.
Yeah, it's really
so just
strong.
do a slash R. Just do a slash R space 2d8 and roll 20. Whatever that total is, that's what it is. Boom. In quick succession, as you
14.
as taking advantage of the distraction, seeing an opportunity, you pull out 2 arrows, knock them both, pull them back, tilt just ever so slightly,
They're so far.
and release. And at the same time, babies are down.
Can I use my movement to move towards them?
You can.
Hopefully.
And you have extra
Which
10
is
feet
now
of
45
movement.
feet.
Yeah, you have extra 10 feet of movement because you're of your Renfulleriness.
Puts me this vicinity. Should be a little bit more than halfway. Now I'm trying to move and stay unseen, but their attention's not on me. So do you want me to roll stealth?
We don't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm slurping my cup, so I muted myself. There's no need. No,
Okay.
no. If they were paying attention to you, I would say yes. But you're a broken OP Ranger subclass snow build. So no,
How?
no. As quick as you, yes. How exactly? Only better because not dead in here.
Listen, I only listen to the words of God for that one, so.
All I did was suggest, based on your rolls, a class that would be highlighted in this particular campaign.
I mean, I
Yeah.
did also roll pretty OP, so.
I mean, quickly dispatch a couple of Yetis, and them being small, they kind of fall into the snow. So, I mean, like, they're still probably after they have fallen. Now they've trekked and made paths and whatever, but still they're kind of camouflaged. A quick look, parents may not know that the babies
They're just
are
wrestling.
gone. Yeah. Damn, that's a good round. Good round. All right.
Nap time.
Now it's time for Yeti. Yeti that got burnt is, I think, is going to take a swipe at the thing that burnt it. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Like, I would not be happy with that. I do not like how they've done this differently. No, I do not. I do not like these cards. First attack is a natural 20 against Baby Liam. Oh shit. Between slashing and cold damage, it is 20 points of damage. It is 10 points of slashing and 10 points of cold damage.
Well, craptastic.
And as the thing that burnt it disappears, it kind of just roars in the general vicinity of where it was, and then scoops up some snow and puts it on its fur that was singed. That'll be its turn. Baby Tyke, playing with other Baby Tykes. But now, Big Mac Daddy is very, very unhappy. It has been hurt. Yeti can use a bunch of abilities and kill everybody in one hit. Got it. Here we go. We need to get... Where is... Yep, I need this. You can do it. I got faith. Boom! What is its speed? Oh god, forever. Okay. So, one, 2, 3, well it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
What the fuck?
Where is the... There it is.
Wow, that's a lot of people. That's everyone.
But he is hitting 2 of his own as well.
As the angry, lightly singed Yeti stomps. And you all can hear with every step.
Oh, Jesus.
The ground beneath it starting to crack, seemingly uncaring. It walks around the Yetis that were in front of you, and you can watch as it pulls in this deep breath. And little bits of snow and frost particles like pull into its breath, and it lets out a huge roar. Yeah, like that one. Like that one.
Oh, man.
And when it does so, its very breath freezes the air around as it releases this roar. I need everybody who's in that cone to make a Constitution saving throw. Even you, Yetis and Yetis.
18 for me.
Fantastic.
Come on, I'm proficient at con save. Damn it.
We are all
Well, at least I healed
frozen.
myself at the start.
18, 9, 8, 12, 13. Ooh, dear. Okay, well.
On DC 10. This is gonna hurt.
That'll feel great.
Yeah.
Prepared to have to pick up a lot of people.
Oh, that's the wrong
It's hitting
one.
everyone.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go.
We're all in this.
But you made the
Well,
save, Dinar.
I don't know. I think
That's
my
true.
Raven will get away.
It's Raven's okay.
Okay, we hope he
sounds
makes
right,
the
then.
save.
The animals will survive.
Oh, jeepers. This is terrible.
PPK.
I don't know. Ren can still run.
Thynar,
Yep.
you barely save with an 18.
Yeah, like that.
So instead of dying,
Yeah.
you will take 13 points of cold damage.
Okay.
The rest of you take 27 points of cold damage. As even with your cold weather gear, it does not seem to have an effect against this frigid breath. And strangely enough, after releasing that breath, the puddle that baby Liam summoned is no longer there. It's nice and icy again.
I am unconscious for sure.
Yeah, ditto.
Ew, even after I healed myself,
Ditto.
I'm still out.
Boom.
I'm out.
Boom.
I'm out.
Marcel, you're still up? Nope.
No. I am the
Paul,
only one.
You still up?
He's the only one. I'm not up.
Boom. Aw, Winston.
Yeah, Winston's gone too. No.
The Yetis take the full brunt of the frost breath, icicles forming off their bodies, and they just brush it off.
Of course they do.
As cold doesn't seem to have any effect to the Yetis themselves. Marcel, I make your first death saving throw. Thynar is the
Alright.
only one seemingly up. Do you need a thing? What's your area?
I'm
30
good.
feet?
Yeah, I got everybody.
Let's say you
One,
can just
two,
have
three,
that.
four.
Boom.
Okay. So I'm gonna channel divinity, preserve life. As an action, I can restore 15 HP to any amount of creatures within 30 feet divided. So I will divide that 15 into 3 points for everyone else and 1 point for me. And that's my action. So that's
You said
it.
You said it's 15 points?
Yeah. So
So even with you, you can have 3 points.
so 3 points to me too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's all I can do.
Hey, Thynar, are you still grappled?
I am. Yep.
So am I believe. Even though I was unconscious for a split
Yep.
second.
Yeah, you still are. They didn't drop you. I mean, you would be a perfect bite-sized snack now if you just... But then you started... Thyner, anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I got. I'm just gonna try to stay awake. Not fall into the death slumber.
Baby Tyke is dead. Baby Tyke is dead. And the last two Yetis are going to start just kind of rounding up the babies. And we come back to the top of the order. We can, since you don't need this anymore, put that back to 0 with the Yeti.
I have a battle plan.
What? What? I mean, I only had to pause for a full fucking minute before somebody called it.
I was trying to give the people, that are in battle the chance to call it first.
Don't give nobody chances, because I'm going to start pausing less and less and less. Battle minute starts now.
Not a whole lot I can do other than break free from the grapple, so...
I have one more baby Liam in store.
I mean,
I
Winston's
can
gone.
hopefully take care of the regular Yetis soon, but I don't know about the big one.
I can give myself 10 HP or shoot the Yetis because Winston's gone. Poor Winston.
I got spell slots for some healing.
I think temp HP is probably the harder thing at this point right now.
Actually, wait, there's
All right.
another thing I can do with Winston. He might not be gone.
So I'm gonna drop baby Liam behind big guy and the one holding Thynar, hoping to do something about the ice.
Do I have disadvantage if I just attack the Yeti that's grappling me?
Mm-mm.
Grappling
not
and
restrained.
restrained just means that you are...
Grappled is 0 speed, I believe.
Can't move.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I may not break free from the grapple because I can...
Attack it to
do some
death.
stuff. Yeah.
Your speed is 0.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. That hasn't
Yep.
restrained you. Your just speed is just 0.
Mm-hmm.
Your insight ability, though, I think resets because you went unconscious for a brief moment.
That's fine. I can use that all day, so there's no restrictions on that one.
Okay. Your minute is definitely over. The Yeti, which was looking at trying to get Marcel to be a popsicle, is instead going to just walk over and pick Marcel up, or attempt to. Marcel, athletics or acrobatics check.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, an 11 is just not enough. As this thing picks you up, you are grappled. Naval, with your hot 3 HP, what would you like to do?
So, I'm gonna bust out one of my things that I can do with my Eldritch Cannon. I'm gonna take my hammer, I'm gonna give it a little bit of magic as I expend a spell slot, and I imagine that after the Yeti breathed its breath, is Winston in just like right now in front of me, kinda?
I mean, he's
Is that what it
still
looks
right
like?
there.
I mean,
He's still right where he was.
yeah, I'm just, yeah. So, I'm not going for like, that usual heavy smack that my hammer can do when I make stuff. I'm just gonna give him a tap, expend a spell slot, and I'm gonna bring him back, but this time I'm gonna change him into the Protector Cannon.
Ooh.
If you want, I can paste the Eldritch Cannon thing if you want to read it.
What does, let's see, Protector Cannon emits bursts of positive energy that grants itself and each creature of your choice within 10 feet a number of temporary hit points. Holy fuck! That's huge. 10 feet. Boom. So that's that. Can you see the yellow?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see the yellow. So, I'm gonna actually, I believe expending that spell slot to bring him back would be my action. I believe.
Right.
And then for bonus action, I'm going to command Winston to move 5 feet, and I'll move him here so that some more people can get some of that temp HP. And then should I, actually, you know what, here, I think I have to, it says 1d8 plus 4 temp hit points, so I imagine I have to roll for that, so.
Yep. Should just be able to click the button and
try
hopefully
that
transfers. Nope. Not all that jazz.
Nope. You know what, here, I might just do...
You gotta, I think if you do that.
Oh, where was that?
At the bottom of all that gobbledygook, there's a B for rolling.
Oh, well, there's 2 for me. One on the D8 and one on the +4. I just assumed they would roll one or the other. I didn't think it'd do both.
It's all good. So everybody within that yellow light gets 9 temporary hit points.
Yellow light.
That is, so it's everybody except for Thynar and Ren.
Sorry, Thynar.
So Kappa, Marcel, and Syra and Naval, you all get 9 temporary hit points. Yeah. As you just have like, kind of like a small shield is just a teeny tiny shield just hovers around you. Ever so slightly.
And I believe on each of my turns I can use that same bonus action and you can just regenerate those amount of temp HP, so.
Cool.
Anything else? Anything else?
No. I'm not gonna, that was my action to use the thing, bonus action to do the healing, and I'm not gonna move right now, so that'll be it.
Okay. Alright, in that case, the Yeti holding Syra is going to eat you. The first attack being a 15 to hit. Does not hit. Perfect. Because the second attack is a natural 20.
Oh.
That's great.
Oh god. 27 points of damage.
I am definitely unconscious. Again.
Oh gosh. That's so bad. Oh no. Some of that was cold damage. Are you immune to cold by any chance?
Nope.
That would be a no.
Okay. Alright. So, in one hand, it kind of tries to smack you around and you quickly dodge and just... Tasty. Baby Tyke is gonna come over here. Yeti. This is the one holding Thynar. Is going to attack you, Thynar.
Bring it on.
I think.
Can't touch this.
Yep, it can't. So, I can't use its chilling gaze on you again.
Ha!
Yep. First attack, a 19 to hit.
Does not hit.
Jeepers.
Wait. That would hit, actually. I technically don't have my shield out.
Oh. Yeah, because you were driving.
Yep.
Okay, so the first hit is 12 points.
I'm out.
Okay. In that case, the
Can touch this.
second hit is you being put in its mouth.
2 fails. Woo! Deja vu.
Yep.
I've just been in this place before.
This baby Yeti's gonna come over here and play. Syra, I make a death saving throw for you.
Please
And
say it's a 20.
Kappa, it is your turn.
Alrighty. Baby Liam.
Baby Liam. Where'd you move him to? Oh, there he is. He's buried.
Right here.
That's gonna do that. That's gonna do that.
Alrighty.
I should hang on before you do this. Hang on. Before you do
What's
this,
up?
just realize that technically Thynar's here.
Yep.
Oh, okay. There. Still within range.
There you go.
Let's see. Might be easier. What is it? A 10-footer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
10-foot. We'll change the color to that. Yep, still within range. Okay. Dex save of something stupid, 13 or something, right?
13, yeah.
Okay. And regular Yeti makes it rolls its save. Big Yeti rolls its save. And they both fail. Taking that 9 points of damage. Damn. Boom. Burn. Boom. Burn. Thynar, I know you are currently in death saving throw mode right now, but I think instead of me rolling, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Even though you're not in the path of the fire, you are in the mouth of something who's
True,
being
10.
burned. So... Okay. Okay. It reacts by pulling you out of its mouth and roaring at the thing.
Woo!
Luckily, instead of chomping down again and ending your life. Anything else, Kappa? Did you want to stand up?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I will.
Cool,
Yeah, I'll
cool,
stand.
cool. Bonus action. Summon the storm. Bonus action, anything?
Oh, no. I don't have much for bonus action.
Okay. In that case, Ren, we come back to you. You are so close to your future meal. These jack wagons have been a fantastic distraction, but you're fairly certain it's going to be mopped up pretty quick. But you've got a choice to make. Take the meat and run, or take the meat and run. I mean, you don't know these jack wagons, so what is Ren gonna do?
Well, I'm definitely a really good shot. But hunting is a lot easier
We're back.
with a hunting party.
I mean, have you met these people? They fell over a cliff.
Yeah, but I feel like I could potentially help them not fall over a cliff again in the future.
Okay.
I have some skills that I can hopefully teach them. I'm gonna, with a sigh and a groan, because I really just want to eat. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna blow the horn.
All right. None of you see Ren, but you all hear what can only be described as a roar that is deeper and more primal sounding than even what the Mac Yeti sounded like. Kind of like that. And when that roar sounds, all the medium or the large Yetis drop the people they were holding. So Syra is dropped, Thynar is dropped, Marcel is dropped. And they all turn around and look in a southern direction. What was the DC save that I sent you?
12.
Wisdom, right?
12. Yep.
Here we go. Survey says that even the monstrosity one seems to cower at the sounds
Yeah.
that you have released, as it rolls a 2.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wowzers. Okay. What do you have? You do. Yes. They start to walk away. This one picks this up. This one picks these up. I'm going to make a perception check for that for the dead babies. To see if they see it. See the dead babies. Walking away, stomping away. Seemingly not listening or paying attention. Not paying attention to anything, just kind of meek even, kind of docile. However, is there any movement you want to do, Ren? After you toot your horn?
Waiting, because I purposefully wouldn't move to the babies just in case them going away noticed because
So we're still in combat action. So you've just blown the horn. You can see they are physically changed their demeanor, and they're starting to turn and walk away. Is there anything on this particular turn you want to do?
No, because I'm assuming that I would know what the horn does, blowing it and whatever.
Mhm.
And I am currently hidden, so I would like to stay hidden because
chill?
if they leave
Okay.
and if they leave and don't notice, we'll get food. But if they notice and something, I'm hidden.
Right.
So,
got it. In that case, we will speed up to Marcel. You've just been dropped into the snow by this Yeti thing, and it's walking away. You've got Syra, who seems to be on the ground right next to you, blood coming out of their ears. What do you do?
Obviously, probably get up and
I like this plan so
far. Yeah, going somewhere. I'm gonna cast the floating disc off of the ring that I had loaded.
Okay.
And try to drag Syra up onto the floating disc.
Okay.
To evacuate.
You are
stretcher.
Basically, yeah.
with your superior 12 strength, easy enough to do to yeet this character onto your floating disc. Is there any movement you would like to do?
Yeah, start getting over here to where Thynar is.
All right, so you got up. Hang on, you got up, and snow is difficult terrain, so you've got really one. You got one square. That's all you got. You got the one square. Thynar, I make a death saving throw for you, and you're already missing 2, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeti's walking away. Yeti's walking away. Yeti's walking away. Naval. You are watching as these Yetis are walking away. You've seen where Marcel has put Syra up on a stretcher. Syra looks terrible, but not nearly. I mean, looks terrible, but in comparison to Thynar, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. They've both been half-eaten at this point. What would you like to do?
So I'm gonna move. I myself am going to. So we're in difficult. So I'm down to 50. So I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action command Winston to move right next to me. See if my healing light does anything to either of them, and then I'm going to look at Thynar and see how he is first. Does he look dead? What do I see in front of me when I get to Thynar?
I mean, he looks mangled. It would be an action to roll to try to discern if he's dead or not, or you can spend a spell slot and see what happens. Up to you.
You know what? At this point, I don't think Naval would be thinking too hard about it. He's probably gonna think he can try and do something. So he's gonna turn Thynar over to see if there's anything left of his butt, and he's gonna take his hammer. He's gonna place it between both cheeks, and he's going to cast some of that sweet, sweet ass healing as he spends a spell slot and casts Cure Wounds.
Creating a corpse, bro.
Hey,
why must you smack people in the ass with your hammer to heal them?
Because I'm an artificer. I gotta find ways to use my hammer to heal people, and that's how he does his healing.
You could have just taken the hammer and smacked the broken bits instead of hitting him in the ass.
This is how he's healed people before. This seems to work every single time. So this is what he thinks works best.
So do I take the damage first or the healing first?
I think you just die because of of being molested with the
Exactly.
hammer between your butt cheeks.
Did it?
Mhm,
I
mhm.
clicked the heal, and I can. It doesn't seem like it went over, so I can try it again. Come on.
Well,
It's 5 hit points
maybe,
straight up the butt.
maybe.
I mean, I have to see if it works. I'm testing this out because he looks pretty bad, but maybe
Now
it'll work.
experiment on my ass, please.
It's not an experiment. This has been a tried and true method of his healing for
That's-
several episodes.
That's
so he's
actually
experienced
true.
now.
That's to be fair. The first time he healed somebody, he hit somebody
Yeah.
on the butt with his hammer, and
Yep.
it worked. The second
Uh-huh.
time he healed somebody, he hit them on the butt with his hammer, and it worked. So he doesn't know if it works on hitting other body parts. This is
If he
fair.
knows this is what works.
Juicy ass healing is just canon
Right
now.
and true.
Exactly. Yes, thank you.
Okay, juicy ass healing has
We'll just
been.
call those HP.
Syra, I make a death saving throw for you.
Oh wait, did my protector not work at all?
Temp
'Cause they are
healing
fit.
is not healing.
Well, I wasn't sure. Naval doesn't know that. This is the first time he's ever tried this out.
Seemingly no effect as far
Okay,
as
good to know for
Winston's
future.
abilities. Also, temp healing, temp doesn't stack, so it would reset everybody's temp HP.
That is true. So everyone that's still up, you just reset the 8 if you took any damage.
Kappa.
Uh,
Or the 9
I'm gonna
HP.
try. I'm gonna see if I can.
Thainar, you're conscious.
Oh,
Do I see that, or do I?
Or do we both
Do I
see
see him?
that?
Do I see him moving?
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
you gotta remember,
No.
this isn't like you're stopping,
True,
you're
yeah.
waiting. Otherwise,
Oh.
if you want to stop and wait, I'll continue to roll death saves for Syra. This is.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna try to just send some sort of thought to Steiner saying, "Are you still in there?"
Oh, you're gonna use your telepathy ability?
Yes.
nice, nice.
Oh.
So,
Anyone
Thainar,
home?
respond to the
Yeah.
voice in your head.
I don't know.
Did you die again?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm hearing your voice in my head, and it always confuses me.
He just feels a hammer up his butt.
Okay.
It's not up
And,
his butt. Don't get weird.
Is the telepathy a free action?
No.
Okay.
Having a conversation, that's a back and forth. That's saying a couple of words and moving on is one thing. Waiting for a response and responding to the response, that's an action.
Okay. So, okay. Something's still there. So, okay, he's not dead. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute.
Okay.
Cyrus just bleeding out.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ren.
Oh no.
Ren, the Yetis are moving away, and the fools seem to be trying to put themselves back together. The one that walked past the dead babies didn't seem to notice that they were dead or even there at all. What would you like to do?
Sneak. Towards the... I don't know. I don't want to go all the way up to them. I'd like to go somewhere in, like, this vicinity.
Okay. Since they are now passively looking your direction, I do now need a stealth roll.
Okay.
For your ability to stay within the snow. Whatever stupid OP bonuses you have to stealth in the fucking snow because... Well, because... Do they all see you to eat you? Nope. Okay. They don't seem to have taken notice. Excuse me. Anything else on your turn, Ren?
Watching.
Okay.
Watching them walk away. Kind of eyeing what I just saved. Wondering if that was a smart decision or not, but...
No, definitely not.
Yeah. At least if I'm a little patient, I get to eat.
They are still going this way. They are going this way. They are coming this way. This. Stomp, stomp, stomp. This is more like here. He's more like here. Marcel!
Mm-hmm. I'm going to continue making my way over to the rest of the group.
Okay.
How far is that with my short legs?
Unintentional roll leak. Huh?
What's your movement speed?
I think it's 25 feet
Okay,
around.
so you get two squares.
Okay. And
Sierra gets dragged
Sign up.
with you.
Syra, yeah, follows right along. Kappa, anything you can do for Syra?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was my next move.
Thydar! You are conscious yet again.
Okay. I will open my eyes and look around.
I can
Oh.
see clearly now.
What happened?
Eyes are open.
I think you got 8.
I'm gonna stand up with half my movement. Can I, in my state, perceive that Syra is in need of healing?
As you stand up, you realize that your leg is broken.
Oh,
Whenever you were dropped, the angle was such that...
oh, ouch.
Ow.
However, Syra looks mangled like you imagine it would look like when somebody's been put inside of a Yeti's mouth and chewed on for a couple of rounds.
I'm gonna look at that poor body and say, "Oh, please get up." And I'm gonna pop a healing word with a bonus action, and hope that they're not dead for 9 points of healing.
9 points of healing. Fantastic.
And yeah, then I'll just try to figure out what the hell is happening, why the Yetis are walking away.
All right. First of all, let's get this done here. Syra,
Mm-hmm.
with 2 failed death saves and a healing word to save your ass. You come back to life. However, while the words of encouragement were encouraging, they didn't quite seem to stop all the bleeding. You are bleeding out still. The wounds just haven't closed. Just so you are aware.
What?
Naval, you also have a broken leg.
So I hobbled my way over to Thynar. Okay.
Kappa, your vision is blurred. And Marcel, your vision is blurred from some lasting wounds from falling beyond. But at this point, now that we are no longer having to roll any kind of death saves, combat is over. And eventually, I will click the correct soundscape so that we no longer have to hear things roaring in the distance. There we go.
Okay. So, is everyone breathing?
I think so.
Okay. Everyone gather around. So, I'm going to cast Healing Spirit.
Okay.
Oops. So, what that does is... basically, I'm going to have... Sorry, I didn't mean to do that twice. I've got a blue, fat baby Liam appears. And basically, anyone who touches fat baby Liam will heal 3. I can heal 4 people. Like that.
I definitely need some healing.
Yeah. I just kind of summon fat baby Liam where everyone can kind of touch fat baby Liam.
Thank you.
So who's the 4 people who are going to take the healing?
Everyone but me.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So the rest. So you have to roll a d6 plus your mod 4 times for each person.
Oh, do I? Okay. Okay.
I think it's plus your modifier. Let me read that again. 1d6 no, it's just a 1d6. So if actually, let's just do this. If you all want to just roll your own d6, those of you who are taking healing, that'll just be easier, faster, all the jazz. Roll your own d6. Take that as healing. That extra healing stops the bleeding out, so that is done.
Oh, whoops.
It puts the broken legs back into place. And the blurred vision is gone.
Wow. Nice.
Except for me.
Except for you, who you might have it for another minute. Things are starting to come back into focus. You're noticing your vision's coming back into place. Ren.
It's dinner time.
It is. What are you doing to these baby Yeti who have arrows in between the eyes of both heads?
Well, still trying to be relatively stealthy as I can be, considering I am ravenous. uh, slicing into some of the fur to peel it back and just kind of rather delicately slicing pieces off to eat them. Because I'm also trying to look while I eat and keeping an eye at the strangers in the distance.
Type to me in Discord what you chose as your feed type real quick for
I
me,
will.
please. And then, how long has it been since your last feed? How hungry are ye?
Hmm. Game does not want to work.
Is the wind still howling?
I mean the winds are. It's not as bad as the current sound makes it be, but the wind is still. I mean, there's wind, yes, but it's not like 20 miles an hour. It might be one or two. It's a small wind. Excuse me.
Would you say Kappa's hearing is good enough to pick up the sound of meat being cut?
No.
Okay, I'm just trying.
No. If
It's a
it
chef.
was like tearing and slurping, like I would say yes, but this is dagger out, cut into a thin strip. Dagger out, cut into a thin strip.
Ugh. Does anyone else need healing?
Oh, probably.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a
Rand, I'm
couple
gonna
things
need
I
you to
can
make
do.
a stealth check.
Okay.
We could just sit here and take a little bit of a break.
Well,
I could
can
use a
can
rest,
someone
yes.
can someone explain exactly what just happened there?
You were driving.
I am going to take a look to see what that big roar was that caused the Yeti to walk away.
What? Yeah,
We flew off a cliff,
right.
saw a bunch of Yetis, and
Got that.
one really, really, really big Yeti.
Aye.
Once again, you died.
That's the last thing I remember.
And then there was this large, low
Okay.
tone of bellowing sound that
Uh-oh. Like a
came out of
creature?
it. It was like a, I don't know. It was like a, and
No.
then they just left. So
Which direction was that from?
Naval, as they're talking about this, you can just barely make out, kind of south of you all, something in a color white, but
Yeah.
offset white from the snow is just kind of bouncing around, like just short movements like
Would
this.
I notice this since it's also my 17 passive?
No, sir. No, ma'am. No, they.
So as soon as I think somebody asked what question, like what direction did it come from? I'm gonna pipe
Yeah.
up and say, I think I can answer your question, and I'm gonna point my hand out and point over to where I just barely see that person. I'm gonna say, I think it might have been that.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna point it out so
holy
that I can see
frack.
it.
Oh.
Finally pull my weapon and shield out.
I mean, that's my best guess as to what made that sound. It's like the
Well, it's okay. It made the sound. They left. That's got to count for something.
Well, if it's something more dangerous than what we just fought, then I'm a little concerned.
You want something more dangerous than that big mass of fur?
Well, if it made them go away, then I can't imagine that it's not.
By the way,
It's not
Ren,
like
you
a
can hear this
body.
entire conversation. They're not exactly quiet people.
No.
Most of them aren't.
So I'm gonna sit here and make something to eat. Because now I'm freaking hungry. And I finally find it fair that I prepare Yeti meat.
Well, at a time like this, Kappa, can we at least investigate what that is?
You seem to be raring to investigate. I'm gonna eat.
Okay, I'm just so concerned I'm going to hit myself with a level 2 cure wounds.
And when you're
Wow.
done healing, I'll walk with you to see what this thing is.
While everyone's doing that, Naval really doesn't care. He's just gonna look over and he's gonna yell out, maybe see if whatever that thing is can hear him, and he's gonna say, "Oi, you thing out there! We can see you. Be you intelligent?"
Aye!
I don't think he was talking to you.
No, I'm agreeing.
Oh.
I'm yelling to that thing. You can just barely see out in the distance.
Okay.
And if they don't respond, I'm gonna assume that means they're not, and they're probably an animal or something.
Ooh,
And
How about-
at this time, I'm gonna make some hot seared cure Yeti meat.
Ren, any response to Naval's question?
Nope.
All right, no response. So then, if nothing happens, I'm just gonna say, "All right, boys, it might be in for another fight. If we're all gonna go take a look, make sure you have your weapons out."
How about you guys give me
Oh no.
a few seconds to get a little bit ahead so I can be quiet, since I know the two of you aren't the best at it.
Be careful.
Okay.
Can you repeat
Just-
what you just said? Because my Discord froze and I didn't hear it.
I said, "Oi, you out there, be you intelligent?" Like I'm asking if you're like able to comprehend what I'm saying or something like
Right,
that.
but-
Basically, I'm trying to get an idea if you're an animal or not.
Right, but what you just said before you guys are like walking, what did you say?
Oh, I
Nothing towards you.
said,
Yeah, nothing towards
Yeah.
you. I'm talking to them.
Okay.
So they're just
No, but I mean,
prepping.
like-
mhm.
One of them says that Syra was saying how the others suck at stealth. So just give them a minute while they go ahead. And I was going to say, as a point of order, remember, you're in snow. This is difficult terrain.
Mhm.
Do you need any more healing? Are you good? Do you think you can manage this, Syra?
I mean, if I just stay quiet and wait for you two to approach,
Okay.
then it should be fine.
Okay, so you're gonna go out there, find out what it is, and then come back and tell us, or are you gonna go out there and like grab it or whatever?
No, I was going to get close and watch you two approach it, and then if you need help, I'm there in the shadows.
Okay. Was it
Yeah.
just us that are gonna go up, or should we do the whole strength and numbers thing, and we all kind of just head over?
Kappa's making food, it looks like.
That's true.
Marcel?
Yep, I'm following along.
Okay. March down there.
Alrighty.
Marcel, can you will your floating disc to move? Can you sit on it and just tell it to go forward?
You know, I wish that was how it worked because that would have been cool, but no, it stays within 5 feet of me and just follows along.
I mean, that's
So I have
technically
to
within
move.
5 feet. Can
Yeah?
you
Yeah,
tell it
real
where
cool.
to go?
No, it just follows. So
Oh man.
Aw.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
That
I
was
just don't know
the
if I sit on it.
3.5 or 4th edition. You could tell it where to go.
Right.
Riding it like a chariot would have been awesome.
You could tell someone
I'd be
else
the
to
next
sit on
Silver
it.
Surfer, but
That seems a little underwhelming.
Hmm.
it does come in handy though to try getting people out.
True.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then,
gummit.
and then I'm gonna say, all right, Winston, now come on, you follow with. Or actually, you know what? No, I'll pick Winston up and I'll carry him since he's
Yeah.
slower than me.
Smart move, smart move. All right. So with your rough terrain movement, move your whopping 2 or 3 squares. Those of you who are moving.
Okay.
I'm going out wide and coming around, so it's going to take me longer, which is why I
And I
said
can't
give it a
figure out how
minute.
to put him on top of me, so you'll just. I am carrying.
Ren, you see they're headed your way.
And I am definitely stealthing this whole time as well.
You can certainly try.
Let's hope it works. Oh, it works. It's a 28.
Wow.
See that? Holy crap.
You actually, Ren, you actually do. They are wearing
Mhm.
nothing like you are as far as snow. They can't move like you do in snow. You saw where they ducked down into the snow and then started shuffling snow as they're walking through.
Oh, so I would definitely be able to track them then.
There's no shadows. There's nothing from them to hide behind. You've been watching them this entire time. So you see all of them. Now they don't know that you see all of them, but you see one who looks maybe like not in snow. They could do something for being sneaky and whatnot, but as they duck down again, for them, rough terrain, and then trying to be slow and steady and quiet about it as they're pushing through snow. I mean, they're even slower than the rest. So it's like a groundhog. You see a little mound that it makes as it's digging. That's what you got going on. You got a snow hog going on. And so as they are all moving towards you, what is your immediate response? Do you stay? What do you do?
So you know what I just finished because I told you what I did.
I mean, I do, yeah.
DM. Standing.
Stop moving. You guys are going way
Going
too fast.
to call out. You're welcome.
So what do they see when you stand?
I don't know how am I like lower than them? Am I equal?
I mean, to you, snow is nothing. You could step on top of snow, and you could be taller than them, as they are, about thigh deep into it. It's up to you. What do you want to do? How tall are you? Because one of them's a dwarf, so I mean...
How tall am I?
Say, she says you're welcome. We should be thanking her. Come eat.
Did I hear her say that?
Not yet.
Because I'm gonna say, oi, don't be condescending. We didn't know to thank you or not. We didn't know if you were some beast large enough to scare Yetis away.
We have to be larger to scare them away, now do we?
Regardless, thank you. There, I said it.
As we've said, you're welcome.
Okay,
and
so
Ren would totally just kind of be wrapped in like furs the only sort of color that would be any sort of noticeable would be their hair, which is more of like a slate gray, like almost like silvery. Super pale, white fur type clothing. May or may not have a little bit of blood on it at this point. Just like right in this area. But just
Alright. So, I mean, the ball's gonna keep walking forward, and
Yeah.
you see this, what looks to be like a human man. He comes up. He's got this interesting gun in his hand, and he's gonna say, "All right, well, now that we've established the matter of your intelligence, be you a friend or be you a foe, do you mean us harm or not?"
well, I'd blow the horn. If I was foe, would we have done that?
I don't know. Would you have done that?
Horn.
I don't know.
That noise
Yes.
I said.
So that sound didn't actually come from you.
I mean, it depends on what you intend on coming from us.
Like, it didn't come out of your mouth or something. It came from something else, or what are we talking here?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, indirectly from our mouth, yes.
I don't. I mean, that technically answers my question, but also kind of doesn't, because it's like, do you have a thing that does that, or what? You're kind of confusing me here. I don't know what. To me, she just sounds like she's speaking in tongues or something.
I don't know. I hate being unconscious. I miss so much.
We aren't here to harm, else harmed.
Okay. So not a friend, but not a foe, but kinda like nice enough to help us out somehow. Is that what you're saying?
I guess we start at neutral ground. You decide which way we go.
Oh, okay. I would hopefully not want to be fighting anymore. So who are you?
Same.
What are you doing here? This is a pretty open part of the world.
Good questions to know about.
What are
We
those
were
bloody
trying
masses
to
below
hunt.
your feet?
Yeah.
Rudely interrupt. The hunt. Down
Hunt.
towards dead bodies.
Oh, okay. So you've been doing some collecting your haul, doing some skinning, putting meat away, that type of thing.
Yes, and we would have had more if it wasn't for your
Wait, we?
adventure down the cliff.
Who's
It's
we?
not our fault we fell off a cliff.
That wasn't a plan.
Wasn't the plan thing anyway. Yeah, right.
Wait, no,
Kevin.
no. Is there more of you? I look around.
Not
Also
that you
looks
can
around.
The wall doesn't see anything either.
Not that you can see.
Yeah,
We are calling they again.
What are you saying?
I don't know.
Did you hit your head upside down?
I think most of us did. Not him though. I think he just shelled up.
Did you finish any of that food yet, Kappa?
Oh, still got a lot.
Well, you're more than welcome to have whatever we didn't clean off of these.
There it is again. What do you mean by we?
Well, another good important question that might be good to ask. Where did you come from? Did you come from a place where there were other people? And if so, how do we get there? Because we're traveling somewhere, but at this point, that might be useful if we want to like go somewhere that's not at the bottom of a cliff.
We ran from some caves, tunnels, something.
Sounds scary.
We didn't
yes.
feel safe there.
Aye.
Einar,
It
does
was
that
not our
sound
favorite
anything-
place.
Eh,
Does that sound anything like the Oathmakers, where they live? Tunnels, caves?
well, I mean, kinda, but my home's a bit more elaborate than just tunnels and caves.
You know, I might agree with my friend here. You seem to be referring to yourself in the plural. Is there a reason for that?
Do you have a little friend hidden somewhere?
Or in you?
Oh,
That might be even worse.
Perhaps.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
And should we be concerned about that? Are they not? Is the something not gonna possess you? Make you want to kill us? We just
Oh,
had to fight
none of
off some big beasts. I'd rather not have to deal with that.
Is it
You're
anything else
concerned.
big
Don't
static?
worry.
Sound, yeah, I'm getting static.
Yeah, I
Really
am
bad
too.
static.
Is it Adam?
I don't have any static.
It is
I think it's
definitely
coming from you.
Adam.
Might be
Oh, you
feedback
mean my
from your end.
typing?
No,
Mhm.
it's definitely static.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Well, whoever we are or you are, thank you so much for blowing the horn, as you called it, to get rid of the Yetis. Thank you. And I'm going to turn around and start walking back to see if I can find the dogs.
You want some
Okay.
cooked Yeti meat?
We've had our fill, but thank you.
Aye. Well, I have a feeling we're probably gonna go and try and see if we could get back on the road. I don't know what you're doing, or if you're looking for a place to go. If you want, you can. I mean, I'll reach out my hospitable hand and say if you'd like, you could come with, or you could continue your hunt if that's your thing.
We wouldn't mind having a party to join, I suppose. I feel like maybe we could be of assistance so you don't have any more unintended slides.
Good enough.
See? She's helpful.
Good enough. All right. Well, if you'd like, you could follow us. We'll get our stuff set back up as well as we can, and we'll see
Is
from
this-
there. We gotta go collect our dogs. They fell off the cliff too, like
Is this
Marcel.
sled in one piece?
No. The sled is destroyed. It's about in 3 large pieces and several smaller pieces.
The tent.
And none of the dogs survived the fall.
Oh, Jesus.
What can we look for that tent?
Is it any of the tent
You-
pieces?
You definitely can look for the tent, and 3 of the main support beams are broken.
Of the tent?
Yeah.
I mean,
How broken are they?
Shattered in half.
I might be able to do something. Hold on. How big are the breaks? If they're
Yeah.
not larger than 1 foot, I could mend them.
That's what I can do as
If-
well.
At least the tent holes. If I could fix those, we could set up the tent.
Easily enough done.
Nice.
Alright, yeah, I'll do that. And then, yeah, once we're done mending, once I finish mending those poles, yeah, if everyone else wants to help set up the tent, we could get that set up at least, so that we can get out of the snow.
Is the sled mendable?
No.
I would think not. The probably
The
too
bricks are too big
big
for mending.
breaks in those things. Yeah.
No dog.
Oh yeah, no dog.
Yeah, that too.
So
But
now
yeah,
we have to
I
carry
totally
the pet.
imagine them trudging back through the snow back there, and Ren is just kind of like do, 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 on top of the snow.
What? That's not fair. How can you do that? Can you teach me?
what is that?
We will see.
We will see. Oh,
Tell if I should be concerned or not.
I'm concerned. But I'm concerned about everything that's gone on in the past, 5 minutes.
True, fair. Yeah.
Actually, being fair, we've had kind of an interesting 2 to 3 weeks.
Aye.
Also
I
fair.
would say that Dinar has been concerned since the day I met him.
Well, to be fair, it's been a concerning time, like Marcel said. Normally, I'm actually quite happy and loving for everyone around. So,
But you know,
sorry.
if we're talking on a grander scale, you could say that everyone in this land is concerned, because of all this stupid weather everywhere. So I mean, just stressful times everywhere these days.
I agree with that.
Hmm.
At least we can see the mountains, ish.
Yeah,
So we're close enough.
that's a plus.
We're alive.
Ren,
All right, are we setting up this tent?
the
I assume
mention
we're
of
doing that while
the
we're talking.
mountains brings up some memories.
Yeah, let's set up the tent.
I imagine that we've been doing that while we're talking, kind of, just the past
Okay.
time as we're setting it
So,
up.
yeah, while we're doing that, anybody else need immediate healing, or are we good for a little bit? Because I have a ritual to give everyone some decent health.
I mean,
We're
I think I can
gonna.
manage until we get it set up, and then we can all go inside.
Do it then. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Manage.
we can all mend while we're sheltered.
Okay. About 45-ish minutes or so later, the tent is up, and Ren, you're not quite sure what the purpose is, like why they have this weird tent. It's about 6 poles that frame it on around the outside, and then there are different frameworks up top, and then it connecting all 6, and then they come up into a point, and then they just start slapping these furs on. And you think to yourself, a quick tent on your back would have been easier. We would have been inside. Like, what the hell is this? By the time they finish setting everything up, and one of them walks in ahead of you, and you walk in, the inside space is dirt ground, and you know you're on a lake. The dirt ground is covered with straw, making it very soft and warm. In the center of the tent is an old iron stove, where you watch one of them break a torch, or use the other half of the broken torch from last time. Put it into the iron stove, light it on fire, and close it. And within seconds, this is the warmest you've been since leaving home. The space inside, very much like the Harry Potter Not a Sponsor tents, much bigger on the inside than the outside. And now you understand why they spend so long.
All right, who's hungry?
And I'm gonna assume I did the lighting of the fire thing again, and I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna kind of wipe off my hands, and I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna be like, "Welcome to the tent," and I say that to our new person that we met.
All right.
Well, at least now it makes sense why you wasted all that time.
I would say it was a waste.
I'm
I think
making
something like this
soup.
is.
Ooh, what kind of soup?
He makes great soup.
Since it's Dinar had a rough time. I'll make his favorite. I'm making some beer cheese soup.
Yes.
Okay, that's exciting.
Easy enough
How long
as
does that
you
take?
So many kegs out of my bag.
as you pull out from within your bag of holding a large black kettle, and you start adding the water into it because you have to have something and a couple
Yeah.
of seasonings.
Yeah.
You then, due to the fact the recipe is a memory, just stick in, and you, Ren, you watch as this turtle just starts adding. He's talking about this beer cheese soup. Like, what the fuck is this? And he starts adding water to this large black kettle, some grass seasonings, and he takes his knife out of the sheath, sticks it in, and just stirs it a couple of times. And within seconds, what was cold water is suddenly steam, bubbly, and has a very unique smell to it. As Kappa, if you want to explain what your beer cheese soup looks like.
Just a big pot of just this kind of a pale yellow, bubbling, very hoppy. Maybe a little hint of salted pork in there too. Uh, the now there's some some bread croutons on top, and just that's it. And I'm just slopping nice portions of the bowls, just handing them to the group.
Thank you.
Here you go. It'll warm your soul.
Oh, thank you, Kappa.
Oh, can't wait. I'm gonna set it down though for a second.
Totally's gonna sniff it. Smells like dwarves.
Yeah.
That's
Fine,
not
mate.
far off.
Then are you ready to down several bowls of this stuff?
In a moment, I'm gonna kneel down, shove my shield into the dirt, and I just close my eyes and start muttering dwarvish under my breath. And I do so for the next 10 minutes to cast Prayer of Healing on everybody.
I'm going to
Okay.
do my best to figure out what he's saying.
So everybody gets
Okay.
13 healing.
Hey.
Roll your. I mean, this isn't something that you're. Do you get to use your shit for listening to languages?
Let me check. It is an eye feed detail, so it's got to be something I see, not here.
In that case, I'm going to say this is just going to be just a straight intelligence roll.
Nope.
Oh,
Darn.
darn it.
You're still learning.
There are a couple words that you hear that are familiar because he says them a lot, specifically the names of his gods.
Mhm.
The
But
and
otherwise, everything else is foreign.
Yep.
come on, friend, eat up.
Does everybody get 13 points of healing?
Everybody gets 13. Yep.
Shimmy
Up
Christmas.
6
I
people.
like that a lot. Thank you, Thanar.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
And now finally start to eat.
Also eating.
10 minutes went by. Yeah, that bowl's already like half gone.
Only half? Luckily, this group has a couple of bags of holding. Could you imagine if you guys had your supplies on
Oh,
that sled?
oh.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Your
Ooh.
kegs of water and ale.
Oh, the ale.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
sacrilege.
I have water. We have water. A lot of water outside.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
All right, give
I
me a
mean-
minute.
There's plenty of canine meat out there, too.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So,
Okay, so Naval wants to do something. So I assume everyone's in the tent. We're all kind of just sitting around healing. Dinar's doing his thing. And I'm going to look over at Marcel and I'm going to say, Marcel, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So you said that, you know, you're not really working for the Battle Hammers anymore. So, like, you're not writing down notes and stuff for them still, are you?
Mm, just for me to try writing a story about it, this is kind of an epic adventure.
Okay. I just wanted to ask. But, just in case, I want to ask you. Um, I do have something I want to do, but if I do it, would you be able to keep it off record?
Sure.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to change my form, and I'm going to mimic the appearance of our new friend here.
Okay.
So,
That was unexpected.
so the only change that you can actually do is the face, because you have no idea anything else.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I
Uh,
roughly know like their size and stuff too. Maybe like
You
just how big they are, how small
not
they are.
not with furs. Furs
Okay, that's
cover
true.
a lot. So the only thing that you can do would be change your face to look just like them.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. So
Would
I'll
I
keep
have ever seen this before?
I don't think so. This is not you would know of magics that can do it, but and when
Polymorph.
when that happens, there's like a shimmer that happens before the transformation. This was physical movement of bone, facial structure. You watched slowly as pigment of skin changed, eyes changed, the head reshaped itself. This was physical
yeah.
transformation.
And as soon as I'm done doing that, I'm just gonna go back to casually eating my soup like it's a totally normal thing that I just did. I'm just gonna keep casually eating my soup and see what happens.
Okay, 2 questions. Did that hurt?
Or I mean, Adam, would I know if it does or not? I don't
You tell
think it
me.
does.
You're the character.
No, I don't. He's practiced it so many times on so many other people that I don't think it hurts him at all to do it. It's just a normal thing that he can do. So no. So I'll look and I'll say, no.
Okay. Secondly, I want to compare to see how close of a resemblance it is. Is it like a mirror image of Ren, or just kind of close? But if you look close enough, you see it's not quite.
It is 100% identical, down to the tiny speck of blood spatter that's right here on their neck that you can just barely see from their collar of the clothes they're wearing.
Okay, that's 2 remarkable things: your weapon and that.
Ren is gonna stand up and go face to face with them.
He's just
It's
gonna look.
quite useful.
He's just gonna look back at you, staring into your eyes, and then he's just gonna go back to eating his soup. And then he kind of goes back and forth between doing those two things. And I'm just gonna eat my soup.
It's gonna kind of do one of like these numbers on his face and go and get some more soup.
hmm
Plenty of soup.
Once Ren
to
gets
go
more
around.
soup, is gonna sit back down and be like, "Oh, we're gonna be friends, me and you."
I don't doubt that.
There we go.
Yeah, and he's just gonna hold on to it for now, unless anybody else says anything like outstanding. Like, if no one brings anything up, he's just gonna keep it on and keep it casual.
Oh yeah.
Putting someone else's face on, totally cash. We're just keeping the cash up in this tent.
Oh, no one's saying anything else. I mean, Marcel asked those 2 questions, but other than that, no one said anything.
Keeping it cash.
Where do you go from here? That's real identity theft right there. I don't know what else to say.
It's the norm with us.
Good thing they don't know what the rest of us looks like.
Again with the us.
I'd be curious to know, so I can try and
Yeah.
copy that too.
Another time.
Just tell me whether they're gonna make one portion or two. So that's all I really care about.
Oh, and then you know what else Naval's gonna do? I know he said he's gonna keep it, but what he's actually gonna do is after he keeps up Ren's form for a few minutes, he's gonna wait until Marcel looks like he's not really paying too much attention, unless he's just constantly watching all at this point. And if he is, then what he's gonna do is he's gonna copy Marcel's face now.
So, since we're eating and being cool, I'm gonna stand up and introduce myself. So, as you can see, I'm Kappa. I am a lizard folk. I like fire and food. And I sit down.
So, some of your fins have disappeared from the fall.
I don't know that. I still think they're up there, so.
The creature who looks like a turtle says he's a lizard folk. Just clarification here. This is a thing.
Well, I guess I'll go next. I'll stand up and do a little bit of a bow. And I'm Syra, and well, a lot has happened to me, so that's all I'm going to say about myself. And except that I will cast dancing lights and have the orbs float around my head as I do that.
All right, and then Naval's gonna go next. He's gonna stay sitting down. He's not gonna move too much, but he's gonna look and keep in mind he did copy. It did take him like another minute or two or so, but he did fully copy Marcel's face now, and he's gonna look over and he's gonna say, "All right, well, my name's Marcel. Nice to meet you. I write down notes. I follow these guys. That's my whole shebang."
And I'm Marcel too. And what he does.
I am Clan Oathmaker, and we are on a grand adventure to save my family.
Your family.
Hey.
You'll know who we are when we know who he is. Points to the one who keeps changing his face.
Fine, you have me. And then it'll take me a minute, but I'll change back to my normal looking self. And then I'm gonna say, "Fine, I'm Naval. Nice to meet you. I'm a person who likes to put magic into stuff. I didn't make this tent, just so you're wondering. Although I'd love to meet whoever in the clan that we were just at who made it. But yeah, that's my thing, and quite similar to Marcel here, and kind of everybody else. We kind of just travel together. That's my thing."
All right. Well, we are Ren. You really want to know more about this family?
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Like, wait, which family? Like this family that we're all in right now, or my family? It's two families.
Yours.
Okay. What do you want to know about the Oathmakers?
What are you willing to share?
That's a good question. We did just meet and all that, but you did save our lives, but... well, I will say that my family is in a bit of trouble. They live in the mountains over there. I'll just vaguely gesture. And we're going to try to save them from whatever fate they've suffered. I've been away for some
Their
time.
oath.
No, we don't know that. Okay, technically, but probably under duress. So take that as you will.
Technically, probably, hopefully.
We are aware of the mountains. We've been. So maybe we can help take you there.
Oh,
Safer this time.
Safe is good.
I would like that.
I do have one question. You seem to travel across snow like 1,000 times better than we can. We lost our sled, we lost our dogs. I don't see how us making to the mountains is going to give us a very high probability of making it there.
Well, do we still have our snowshoes? Were we able to salvage that?
We'd have to search for them, and because all our gear was scattered amongst the wreckage.
We didn't grab that. Did I miss that?
Oh, and
Whatever it is, it's still outside somewhere.
coats and stuff. I mean, I feel like it would have been mixed, maybe.
The
But if
majority
not-
of our stuff should be in the bag of holding. One of them.
I just
I
have
would
food in
imagine
mind.
things like your snowshoes you would have put in probably
Yeah.
Naval's bag of holding.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just
Mhm.
the tent was
Yeah.
just too it's too big to even consider trying to make that. And it's the whole potential pocket dimension within pocket dimensions. Nobody wanted to tempt that magic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Naval's gonna open his bag, dig around. He's just gonna pull out a single snowshoe, and he's gonna be like, ah, and he's gonna put it back in.
Well, we can certainly provide some assistance, but what we do took years of training.
Question, actually. So, if you can guide us to the mountains, how far away are we from them? I mean, we can get a vague idea looking, but with all the snow and everything, distance is hard to judge.
Like time wise.
Aye.
A couple of days. But I
Couple
think
of
that it's
days.
important for you to know. We've seen some rather unpleasant things there, so I think it's wise to mentally prepare during our travels as well.
So, like a couple of days for you, or a couple of days for us. 'Cause there's a difference.
Well, of days for me, but it can be a couple of days for you if we could help it.
Because we have like a 2-day curve. You.
And so mentally prepare like for things in the mountains or things near my home.
From what we've seen, be one and the same.
What have you seen?
That is for another conversation, but something that we're not so sure that we readily want to encounter again.
I mean, okay, we kind of have a lot of time on our hands the rest of the night, so I mean, now seems a better time than any. We're
Naval's
not
gonna
really doing anything. It'd be nice to kind of know what you saw instead of just throwing it out there. I mean, maybe it's the beer talking, but who knows?
Hiccup.
Naval's digging around in his bag, and this time he'll pull the globe out and he'll say, well, if it helps, I always know where north is. But you probably already know that by living here.
Hmm.
You did say mentally prepare. This is the first thing that popped into my head is I know where north is now. I got this thing.
Let me ask you this, Ren. What is your favorite food?
Like meat.
Meat, like
Why not?
meat. Okay, so that's very vague. Are we talking about like really, really, really rare meat, or like well done meat, cooked meat, Stringy meat, tender meat. I mean, seafood meat, land meat, flying meat,
We can tell.
or just meat.
Fresh is best.
Fresh is
Wouldn't you agree?
so much more can be done with cooking and spices and searing and. Here, hold on. So, I'll take out a piece of Yeti meat, Ubox cleaver. Think of the absolute best, tenderest piece of meat I can think of. Slice her a piece and hand it over. Try that on for size. So what you saw was the cleaver that you saw make the beer cheese soup. Basically, cook and sear the meat at the moment I was cutting it. Yet the blade was not hot at all. No seasoning or spices was added, and I just try it, eat good.
Interesting. It's a piece and eats it. You could enjoy this.
It-
It's a skill you have.
Yeah.
Well, with that, so this conversation that you want to hold later, is this something that we're going to be maybe talking about before we reach the mountains to know what to expect? Or do you just need to feel us out some more, you know?
It will help us to all be safe. I guess I could tell you. Or we could tell you what we've seen.
Please.
Hey, what's this? What's this pronouns before context type? What is this?
Sounds like it might be something we'll have to get used to. But that's okay.
Says the person who can change his face.
Ha ha ha.
Correct. We are just like he is who he is.
I mean, I
Oh.
keep this appearance up most of the time. This is who I am. I mean, I only do that to mess with people.
Seems like there could be some other uses.
Well, yeah. I mean, there are. Yeah. I will point out. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
Oh, I was just going to say a fair point of order I did want to bring up though is that can't do clothes with it. It's only my face and body type thing. So I do have a workaround for that though. But like my actual ability itself can't do clothes, so I compensate for what I can do with clothes with magic. So just keep that in mind in the future if you have any ideas.
That's good to know. It's to that.
Before we turn in for the night, or I turn in for the night, I'm going to go ahead and cast Find Familiar, because I'm pretty sure once I died, it went away too.
Yeah, sure. Mark off one set of components for that. Because you should have had in your inventory a few. I think you had 2 or 3
2 of
charges.
them, I think.
Yeah.
I'm full. I'm sleeping.
Wait, are you going to tell us the story? No? Is that waiting? Sorry if I seem eager, it's my entire clan.
Well, she did seem later, and it could be something we could do on the way there too. I mean, they just had some probably just as tired too. We might give them a break, give them a chance to rest, and then maybe they'll be more apt to tell us. And I kind of do a hard wink at Dinar.
Well, right now she seemed to be slightly hesitant to talk more, so
Yeah, we shouldn't push too much. Yeah.
a lot happened. You died
Discuss.
again.
Establishes trust.
So,
Yes.
as long as you like my food, I
And
trust
your family's all like you, yes?
Uh,
Yours?
Aye, dwarves. They should only be dwarves.
Only baby dwarves. Well, we did not only see dwarves there, fortunately.
You saw,
you. Oh,
I assume, probably dark elves is what I'm gonna guess at.
Like him, and I point to or them.
Like
Sita.
her,
Sorry,
them.
still not used to it. Still not used to it. I'm still getting used to it. Like them, and I point to Sita.
Yes. This is why we are wary of them and their sneaking in the snow.
Well, fair. This one is really the only good one so far. So I know that takes some time to get used to, but she's
I
good.
am not the only good one you've met, Dinar.
The other one apparently is like some super special evil thing, right? So I don't know anymore.
She was not.
so
Super
there's a long
special
backstory.
evil thing.
So,
That's besides the point.
so how
We'll
about
get to
this?
that.
You tell
Hang on,
us, we
let
tell
her
you.
talk because of the lag. You guys are talking faster than she can hear or talk. She's got a little bit of a delay, so give her some time to catch up.
A story for a story, then.
Oh, we got a lot of stories, sure.
All right. Well, we've already let you know that we hunt. That is what we do. We got a bit lost, which was new for us. Doesn't normally happen. Ones like them. Fire, but normal. Fire is not meant to be purple. Or black, for that matter. And, we lost a little bit of time after we saw the fire. And woke up being dragged by their kind and fought our way out of it, which is why we know where it is. But like I said, mentally prepare, because that's not something that was fun for us.
So, so they were there. Were the dwarves that you saw? Did they seem to be walking about freely, or were they also being dragged around?
They definitely weren't free. Well, a few were.
A few. These.
But
The few, were they
there
different?
was a. Say that again.
It's like a 10-second delay. Were they different, like different colored or hair? Did they look like different type of dwarf, or was it just the same kind like me?
All that we saw were same as you.
Okay.
But there's something else that I think is most concerning to us and draw the same concern from you.
Oh.
There was one of their kind that seemed to, I don't know, step from the fire, be made from the fire. We're not sure. Something about them finally being brought home.
Uh-oh.
The what?
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Oh,
she. To be fair, we were warned. Well, I was warned that someone was probably gonna come after me. So I kind of figured we would see her when we got there.
Wait.
Well,
You guys not remember that I told
Her.
you that she was
Her.
going to send her after me?
Oh, I remember.
I think so.
Her, your ex, her.
Yes, she's coming after me because she's now controlled by the Spider Queen.
And they're in my home now. That's just
Yeah.
the perfect news.
Oh boy.
I need to make more ale.
Please.
Yeah.
assuming then Spider Queen must be Loth. That would connect.
Yep.
That would be her.
Oh. Why?
She did say something though about a man,
Hmm.
meaning nothing to her.
Mm, that is probably meant towards me, but
Don't you mean was you?
Was.
Eh.
Can
we're
you
not in
change
front
your
of the
form like
battle
this?
hammers, so it was me. Just because they don't believe I'm alive doesn't mean I'm not.
Our story time. Go ahead and tell her.
And that's where we will end tonight's episode of Rime and Frostmaiden.